I can share the, sorry. So while waiting, I will put this.
Very good. We are happy to greet everybody on the second day of the Asia-Oceania Regional Congress of Don Bosco Past Pupils, which is held after 45 years for the first time online. This is the 12th Congress of these two continents where all Don Bosco Past Pupils from 28 countries are called to come together. Before we jump into the program of today, I am introducing the program which is ahead of us. As you see on the slide, we have two sessions, each of 3 hours. There is probably 1 hour break between these two sessions. And as yesterday, those who have been participating on day 1, June 25, yesterday, you are familiar with all the technicalities. We will run it slowly again. As you see, we are coming from 28 countries, although not all the countries are maybe present in real time, but it is a symbol of unity of Don Bosco past pupils and of Salesian family around Don Bosco when we celebrate 150 years of foundation of our association. Well, you see the sequence started in India 1976, and we are now here, not in Japan because of the pandemic, but we are slightly delayed by 6 months in the digital space, meeting each other and helping many past pupils to take advantage of this recorded 3 sessions which are available on the internet in 7 languages. Well, day 2, first session. As you see today, is a quite rich program. After the opening prayer, we have a very short summary recap of day 1, and then we have 2 messages. The delegate of the Rector Major for the Salesian family, Father Joan Luis Playa, will address us briefly about the hope. And then we have the message of the World Confederation delegate, Brother Dominic Nam. After these 2 messages, we listen to fantastic testimony from Japan by a Vietnamese past pupil who is already settled in this country for a very long time and is very close to the young people in need. We welcome Mr. Takayama. After a short Don Bosco virtual tour around 2 countries, we have a time for a short exchange of question and answer with Brother Nam and Mr. Takayama. And then, as you see, it looks innocent, but is the longest block of the program of today. We have 14 federations, 14 associations spread around 14 countries. President's report. After this long block, we will rest for a while and start the second session, which is introduced with the talk of one past pupil expert in history who will introduce the first past pupil, Carlo Gastini, de facto the founder of our association. And then the program will continue with Don Bosco tour, questions, synthesis of the whole Congress, declaration of the resolutions, message of gratitude, and after conclusion, we spread like yesterday again into the breakout rooms to deepen and inspire each other like yesterday. So this is for today, 2 sessions, 3 hours each. You can follow on YouTube if you are watching on YouTube. Registered participants on Zoom are following as yesterday. We are very, very grateful to the 6 language translators. As you see, the languages are 6. languages are 6, and you see the fruit of the translators' hard work of yesterday. We had more or less 700 online participants yesterday. On the Zoom, 130, and on YouTube in English and 6 other languages, almost 600. You see the sequence from English, Thai, Indonesian, Tetum, in Timor-Leste, Vietnamese, Korean, and Japanese. So now we are very grateful to the Thai Federation for this beautiful, mindful morning prayer. Saint John Bosco, pray for us. Day one, before we give the voice to Mr. Dino da Silva from Timor-Leste, we just share a simple note on one WhatsApp group from Solomon Islands after yesterday's program. Hope some of you watched the meeting on YouTube. Hope we will try to be in the innermost circle of the association, helping another young at risk. Let the work of Don Bosco continue through you. Beautiful. We hope that many dynamics, inspiration will come from this. Welcome to Mr. Dino from Timor-Leste with recap of day one.
Oh, Father, I think he got disconnected.
Very good. So we go ahead.
Yes, Father.
So before we enter the program proper, there is a short test to wake up and check how well we know our Association of Don Bosco Palms pupils. There are 7 questions. If you answer 7 to 7, God bless you. Do you know the quarterly news flash, a digital magazine which is published in 5 languages? Or not yet? Second, do you know the Confederation website xadievi.org, which is published again in 7 languages, and as you see, you can get through this website to many federations also in our region, from South Asia to the Pacific. Do you know it or not yet? Do you know the World Confederation Statute, which was finalized in 2015? Again, we have it in 5 languages, or not yet? Do you know the Salesian family resources and news in both sides of Asia and Oceania? On the left, we have South Asia. On the right, we have East Asia, Oceania, regional website of Salesian family. Do you know the Salesian family is a special publication of almost 400 pages published last year with the chart of identity of Salesian family and 32 groups presentation, including, of course, Don Bosco past pupils as well. Do you have it or not yet? 6. Do you know Salesian Bulletin, the magazine launched by Don Bosco in 1877, now published in more than 60 different language publications, or not yet? Do you know Don Bosco Past People Delegates Handbook was published last year already in 5 languages? If not yet, you may get it from Brother Nam. Do you know the association? How is your result? 7 per 7. God bless you and have a good day. Now we introduce the delegate of Director Major for the Salesian family, Father Joan Luis Playa. Welcome, Father.
Father, sorry, I don't see him in the participants list.
So we will read the message.
Ah, okay, okay.
Well, we have a technical difficulty to connect to Father, so we will read his message, which was sent to us. Good day to all. I see you are asking me to speak Italian in this morning time. I will try to do it willingly. I thought about greeting off the cuff and ending with reflection. A prayer. I am a man of hope. I am a man of hope because I believe that God is new every morning. I am a man of hope because I believe that the Holy Spirit is at work in the church and in the world. I am a man of hope because I believe that the Creator Spirit gives those who welcome Him a new freedom and a supply of joy and trust. I am a man
Father Baslab, sorry. I saw Father Luis now. Is it okay if we have him?
Okay.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt. There.
Father
Father
Luis.
Luis, you are on mute. Sorry.
Pastor Joan, your microphone. Microfono.
Adesso?
There you go.
Very good. Molto bene. Avanti.
Grazie. Buongiorno, good morning. Io sono il padre Juan Luis Playà, il delegato del Rettor Maggiore per la famiglia salesiana. Sono contento di salutarvi, di farmi presente in questo inizio del secondo giorno del vostro incontro.
I'm happy to meet you on the second day of the meeting. Very happy to greet you.
Sono davvero contento di essere con voi e di poter salutarvi vedendo i nomi di tutta la vostra regione, di tutto il continente asiatico, uniti alla figura di Don Bosco, per me, per tutta la famiglia salesiana, è una vera gioia.
For me to see united in Don Bosco past peoples from all around the large Asian and Oceania continent together is a great joy for me.
Siete rappresentanti di tanti exallievi della vostra regione e con voi siamo tutti i gruppi della famiglia salesiana, questi 32 gruppi che il padre Clement vi ha fatto presente in questo momento.
With you are together all the 32 groups of the Salesian family, because also you represent a large world of Don Bosco past peoples in your countries.
Adesso vi vedo i volti, questa è una grande gioia.
It's beautiful to see your faces. Fantastic.
Fantastic, sì. Il Rettor Maggiore vi ha parlato sicuramente della speranza.
Rector Major talked to you yesterday about hope, for sure.
Questa è stata la parola più ripetuta in questo anno, questi 2 anni che viviamo in questa circostanza tanto speciale della pandemia e anche di tanti altri problemi che si fanno presenti nel nostro mondo.
During these pandemic times, and not only.
Don Bosco fu un uomo di speranza.
Don Bosco was a man of hope.
E noi come Don Bosco merita che siamo uomini, donne di speranza in questo mondo nelle circostanze concrete della nostra vita.
Don Bosco wanted us to be men and women of hope, especially in any difficult or challenging situation like today.
A beneficio di tutte le persone che ci avvolgono.
Our signs of hope to be a help for all people around us.
Specialmente per i giovani che arrivano dopo di noi alle opere salesiane, agli oratori, a tutti i servizi che la congregazione, che la famiglia salesiana fa per loro.
Especially to become sign of hope to the future generations who are entering our Salesian youth centers, school, parishes, and all the works of this large Salesian family.
Vi auguro un giorno pieno, profondo del vostro congresso.
I wish you a deep, joyful, and meaningful day of the Congress also today.
Che con la gioia di vedervi, di sentirvi, di ascoltarvi, cresca in voi questo spirito di uscire da voi stessi per andare agli incontri degli altri ex-allievi e dei giovani.
I wish that this wonderful Congress experience will help each one of you to reach out of your comfort zone to those in need, those who need you.
Unito a tutti i membri dell'equipe del segretariato della famiglia salesiana che lavora per tutto il mondo, vi invito a fare questa piccola, breve ma profonda riflessione sulla nostra vita come uomini di speranza.
I invite you to follow me in this short reflection about the hope.
Chiamati tutti a essere uomini di speranza.
All of you are called to be men and women of hope.
Sono un uomo di speranza perché credo che Dio è nuovo ogni mattina.
I am a person of hope because I believe that God is new every new morning.
Sono un uomo di speranza perché credo che lo Spirito Santo sia all'opera nella Chiesa e nel mondo.
I am a man and woman of hope because I believe that the Holy Spirit is at work in the church and in the world.
Sono un uomo di speranza perché credo che lo Spirito Creatore dà a chi lo accoglie una libertà nuova e una provvista di gioia e di fiducia.
I am a man of hope because I believe that the Creator Spirit gives those who welcome Him a new freedom and never-ending supply of joy and trust.
Sono un uomo di speranza perché so che la storia della Chiesa è piena di meraviglie.
I am a person of hope because I know that the history of the church is full of wonders.
E sperare è un dovere, non un lusso.
Hope is a duty, not a luxury.
E sperare non è sognare, ma è la capacità di trasformare un sogno in realtà.
Hoping is not dreaming, but is the ability to transform a dream into reality.
Felici coloro che osano sognare e che sono disposti a pagare il prezzo più alto perché il loro sogno prenda corpo nella vita degli uomini.
Happy are those who dare to dream and who are willing to pay the highest price for their dreams to take shape in the life of humanity.
Felici tutti voi perché osate sognare e
Blessed are you who dare to dream.
e siete disposte a offrirvi liberamente, gioiosamente, perché il vostro sogno prenda corpo nella vita di tutta l'associazione e di tutti i giovani dei vostri paesi.
And blessed are you who are committed to give your life for the better future of the young people wherever you are.
Buona giornata.
Beautiful day wishing to all of you. Have a good day.
Io vi lascio perché ho un altro impegno qua in Italia, ma sarò molto contento di conoscere tutti i frutti del vostro convegno.
I am now around Italy on the move, but I am very glad to see soon the fruits of this Congress. God bless you. Thank you, Father Luis. Muchas gracias. Buenos días.
E tutti quanti.
Gracias. Thank you. Thank you.
Ciao. Ciao.
Very good. So we give thanks to the delegate of the Rector Major, to the Salesian family, which is a team of 4 Salesians who animate the main groups. And now we listen to the message of our World Confederation delegate, the first Salesian brother appointed to this role after Don Bosco. Brother Dominic Nguyen Duc Nam is heading from Vietnam. He has large experience of India, of the Philippines, as well of Italy. Brother Nam, welcome. We are happy to listen to you.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of you. So many times in these days when I met the Rector Major, he reminded me, please just say a hello to all the past pupils in your region. Then now in front of you, I would like to also send his regards, warm greeting to all of you. And very shortly, you will listen to my message that I hope that will really give us another energy, another strength, really to move forward as Don Bosco's sons.
Brother, please go ahead.
Oh, you will play the video?
Which video is this? The
Don't worry.
Takayama one?
No,
sorry.
brother.
If not, I go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
Okay. I'm so glad to participate in this Congress, as I have said before, and there are many reasons for us to celebrate in this occasion. This year is very special for all past pupils of Don Bosco, since they are celebrating the 158th anniversary of the foundation of the association. This event coincides with the 158th anniversary of the proclamation of Saint Joseph as patron of the Universal Church. I would like to reflect on these two figures, Saint Joseph and Saint John Bosco. They have something in common. In fact, on the 8th of December 2020, the Pope Francis published his apostolic letter, Patris Corde. The Pope describes beautifully the Father's heart, and according to him, it is with that heart Joseph showed his love to Jesus. All of the 4 Gospels spoke about Jesus as the son of Joseph. Joseph saw Jesus grow up daily in wisdom and in years, and in divine and human favor. He taught Jesus to walk, taking him by the hand, bending down to him and feeding him. In his role as the head of a family, Joseph taught Jesus to be obedient to the parents and to do the will of the Father. My food is to do the will of him who sent me and to finish his work. Joseph was a carpenter who earned an honest living to provide for his family. And from him, Jesus learned the value, the dignity, and the joy of what it means to eat bread that is the fruit of one's own labor. In his relationship to Jesus, Joseph was the earthly figure of the Heavenly Father. Like father, like son, Jesus' heart was formed with Joseph's heart, the heart that loved us during his life on earth, that poured forth his blood to the last drop on Calvary. His flesh heart showed God's infinite love. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and you shall find rest unto your souls. Jesus' tender love showed the merciful Father in the parable of the prodigal son. Jesus did not condemn the prostitute, of the Good Samaritan. Are we ready to put ourselves in the shoes of our neighbors? In a very synthetic way, Pope Francis has summarized the image of Saint Joseph in 7 words. Joseph is a beloved father, a tender and loving father, an obedient father, an accepting father, a creatively courageous father, a working father, and a father in the shadows. As Don Bosco's sons, we can identify these qualities with Don Bosco. We usually say that Don Bosco's heart is as large as the sands of the seashore. In Turin City, the heart of Don Bosco was melted when he saw many boys flood into the city and look for jobs, and many of these healthy youth ended up in prisons. He asked himself, what can I do for these youngsters? He got very soon a precious lesson. If there is someone loves them, takes care of them, teaches them a craft, they would not end up in jail. But who is that someone? The life of Don Bosco was changed with that questioning vision. He listened to the inner call of the Holy Spirit. He accepted unconditionally to dedicate himself totally to his boys instead of working for the Countess Borolo. He had a creative courage to go forward with his mission, working very hard for the salvation of souls, and he became the father to all of his boys. His love for the poor youth was immense. His heart was entirely given to the young. It means that everything that was his, intelligence, heart and will, physical strength, his whole being was directed towards what was the best for them, fostering the development of their full potential, including their eternal salvation. Don Bosco is indeed a true father for his young, and his fatherliness is more than friendship. It is an affectionate and powerful expression of commitment that offers significant guidance and inspiration for discipline and engagement. This fatherliness is love and authority, knowing how to speak to the heart. I believe that each boy who lives in any salvation setting could feel these words with which Don Bosco asked Magone. Dear Magone, I'd like you to do me a favor. Just let me look into your heart for a moment. It is very touching to hear these words that Don Bosco addressed to his past pupils. I can see that many of you are already balding with gray hairs and foreheads lined with wrinkles. You are no longer the boys I loved so much. However, I feel that now I love you even more than before. Past pupils are Don Bosco's sons who carry on not only the education they received, but also the loving heart of the Father, the heart that loved the young so much. the heart with the passion for the souls of the young Damihi animals. I am convinced that all Don Bosco past pupils have a piece of Don Bosco's heart in themselves. I would like to invite each and every one of you to make this father's heart alive in yours. Be active, be creative, be courage to go out of your comfort zone to look for and to encounter the young people around you. I believe that there are many youngsters who are in need of the loving kindness of the Father's heart. Sometimes it causes you some trouble, requires you to go out of your way, your personal concerns, to dedicate ourselves to the concerns of others, or demand some sacrifices like the Samaritan in the gospel. Do you have the willingness to sacrifice something for the sake of the young? Can we lose something of ourselves for them? We cannot wait until we settle down everything in life before we decided to help others. No, Don Bosco teaches us to act right now in the present. Let each of us ask himself, what can I do now? If we gather all the little things with which one wants to do, that will make a big change. My dear past pupils, that is the best way to say to Don Bosco, I love Don Bosco. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you very much, Brother Nam. Wonderful and very deep talk, which we may benefit for a long time, not only in this year of St. Joseph. And we believe that really the peace of heart of Don Bosco is beating in the men and women who are Don Bosco past pupils around the world. Now we move to one very concrete expression of this beating heart of Don Bosco, who is alive in Japan. Mr. Takashi Takayama will share during 70-minute video interview about his dedicated life to the young people, life that brought him from Vietnam to Japan and brought him to become really one of the best witnesses of Don Bosco past people in that country. Let's listen carefully to his testimony.
Takayama-san, could you tell us how you arrived in Japan? After Saigon fell on April 30, 1975, Vietnam was unified by the Northern Communist regime. They launched a harsh persecution against military and administrative personnel of the former Southern Vietnamese government. Religion also underwent severe persecution, especially the Catholic Church. Our family, considering our future, decided to make us escape. So, towards the end of October 1979, my older brother, younger brother, my sister, her husband, and myself, 16 years old at the time, we left on a boat with around 48 other people. After 4 days on the sea, we were rescued by a Norwegian ship bound for Japan. At that time, Japan was still closed and did not give residence permit to refugees. So we landed with a temporary permit and our whole group was accepted in a convent in Nagasaki, the convent of the Franciscan Sisters of the Knights of the Immaculate. In the course of our stay there for nearly 2 years, we decided to stay in Japan. In 1981, the Japanese government had decided to accept Indo-Chinese refugees as residents. Seeking opportunity to study, we moved to Tokyo and started to live with friends in an apartment. When we learned that the Center for Refugees was opened in Shinagawa, Tokyo, we were accepted and were enrolled in the Japanese language course there. Although it was a state-run center, a Catholic priest, Father Kasia, was there as a supervisor. He celebrated Mass for us, and I could also seek his advice regarding my chances for studies. Finishing the course at the center, I started to work as a living newspaper boy at a newspaper delivery shop while studying at the Japanese language school on scholarship provided by the shop. Later, thanks to the assistance by the parish of Koenji Church, I could start my studies at the Ikue Polytechnic, now Salesian Polytechnic. I was interviewed by Father Hendrik, who was the director of the school at the time, and started the first year as an auditing student, then was enrolled in the graphic design course. At the Polytechnic, there were 7 to 8 Vietnamese refugee students other than myself. I used to sometimes wonder if I deserved to be so fortunate, having met people who generously helped me, while so many refugee youths had to struggle so much in life. What do you remember about your school life? I really enjoyed the ethics class taught by Father Namiki and Father Fushiki. I made many friends and also enjoyed the school culture festival. I joined the table tennis club. The camp at Lake Nojiri was so much fun. I remember when we went out on the pier to watch the sunset. My thoughts flying back home, I became homesick and cried. How was it for you after you graduating, going into the world? I worked for 2 years in an affiliate company of Toppan Printing called Limited. Then worked at a father engraving company run by the father of a colleague for about 25 years. I am now working as an interpreter. These days, I'm involved with Vietnamese young people who frequent our parish, Kawaguchi Church. As someone who has been there, living many years in Japan, I try to help these youth who are having difficulties by giving advice, listening to them, accompanying them to the hospital when they get sick, etc. In the past 7 or 8 years, many students and technical trainees have been arriving in Japan, and seeing them at our parish, I supposed they must be experiencing various difficulties. I felt it was a mission given to me. We gather every Sunday to pray, chat, and share together, and if anyone has worries or is troubled, We listen to them. Rather than being volunteer work, it's first of all human relationship.
私は今58歳になるのですが、
I'm 58 years old, the same generation as their fathers.
兄貴のよう
But
な
I
存
try
在に
to
なって
be like a brother to them, so they won't have to speak in polite form, and will feel free to speak their minds. I actively mingle with them, starting up conversation also with those I meet for the first
大変
time,
なことない
beginning with simple questions like, "Where are you from? Is everything all right at the moment? How's life?" What are the difficulties or problems that the Vietnamese youth face in Japan?
はいこれは
The
文化の違い
difficulties,
など
cultural differences, and others are various and
技能
complex.
実習生は
For
仕
the
事で
technical trainees, there can be problems at work. They are sometimes forced to do work that had not been in the
意思
contract,
疎通できず
receive
お互いに
unduly
誤解する
pressure,
時も
or there could be misunderstandings due to difficulty in communication with the language
彼
barrier.
らの話を聞いて
There are even cases of physical
アドバ
abuse.
イスをして
I
います
listen to them and give advice.
川内教会のベトナム人のシスターは病気になった若者
A Vietnamese religious sister at Kawaguchi Church is helping the youth
会社で
when they
ひどい
become
扱いを
sick,
受けている若者
when
たち
they
の
are
声を広げて
entangled in legal problems,
医者など
or
の
when they are
専門家に
badly
つなげ
treated
て
at
い
work,
ます
referring them to specialists,
私は
lawyers,
その活動を
doctors,
お手伝
etc.
いをさせて
I
いただい
assist her in this work.
卒業してから母校の育英高等専門学校に恩返しが全く今のとこ
I
ろ
haven't been able to give back anything to my alma mater, the Salesian
ヘンドリッ
Polytechnic.
ク神様がもしここに
But if Father Hendrik were here now,
私は神様本当
I
に
would like to say to him, "Thank you,
お
Father.
かげさまで
This is what I'm
こ
doing
うい
now."
うことをやっていますと申し上げたいです。
Tell us about your present occupation as an interpreter.
はい、私は
I'm a
今
freelance judicial interpreter working for the Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department, prefectural police forces in the Kanto region around Tokyo, as well as for district prosecutor's office.
今
It's been 6 years now.
ベトナムの若者が
It's a sad reality, but with the arrival of Vietnamese youth, some of them get entangled in criminal activity.
被疑者となった
When a Vietnamese is arrested as a suspect, I'm asked by the police to assist them.
警察の取り調べでは彼ら
The
も
interrogation by the police can be very harrowing for them. I feel it's also my role to understand the turbulence they are going through, so as to try and reassure them. Actually, they must be experiencing so much fear because their countenance change as the interrogation goes on. Some lose their hair, some of them get hollow-cheeked. Could you share with us how the COVID-19 pandemic is affecting the young people?
はい、昨今では
In recent years, under the foreigner training system, many Vietnamese youth have been arriving in Japan.
しかし
In many cases, the young people had taken on a huge debt in order to come to Japan. They need money to pay commission to the brokers who send out the trainees for the transport fee and various other expenses. It could amount to 1 to 1.5 million yen. The base salary in Vietnam is the equivalent of 30,000 yen. So you can easily imagine what a huge amount 1 million yen is for them. Moreover, the recent situation of the pandemic has led to diminishing of work and less income. Many young people have been laid off from work. Losing their jobs can be like a death sentence for them. As well as losing the source of income, they have to leave the housing that they had stayed in. Without any income and without a place to stay, they are forced to depend on and stay with their friends, hopping from one place to another. Some of them end up sleeping in parks. Some have been arrested for shoplifting bento lunch pack or onigiri rice balls out of sheer hunger. Some of them had only a few 10-yen coins on them when the police searched their belongings. These cases that are so sad, I actually witnessed it myself. They came to work as a trainee in Japan, only wishing to relieve their family of economic hardship. But everything has turned upside down in the pandemic of COVID-19. I pray that as soon as possible, a ray of hope, light of relief will shine on these young people who wander in the streets. How do you think we can overcome this crisis? It's difficult to endure hard times, but I think we all need to support and encourage one another in order to see ourselves through this prolonged crisis and to be resilient. Do you have a message for young people? I'd like to encourage them to cherish human relationships. Whether the person is a friend in your circle or a stranger to you, it's not good if you are indifferent towards that person. It's really a simple thing. I hope the young people would become more interested in the history of their own country, history of Japan. I myself have experienced war, and every year in August, I remember and try to follow documentaries on TV on Hiroshima, Nagasaki, anniversary of Japanese surrender and end of war, or about the Tokyo War Crimes Tribunal about Okinawa. Even if the youth have never experienced war, I wish that they'd come to know what had happened in the past and learn that we must never allow war to happen again. My wish is that they absolutely support peace.
のつながりを
By cherishing relationships, both you yourself and the other person will experience peace. It may be a very small act, but when gathered together, these small acts become a great force. My hope is that we value these relationships so we can live in peace together. Takayama-san, thank you very much for sharing your precious life experience with us.
We are very grateful for this beautiful and very inspiring witness of one past people now living in Japan for many years. Now, while we watch two beautiful Don Bosco experience in two countries of Asia and Oceania region, you have time to prepare some possible questions to Brother Nam or Mr. Takayama.
Yes, please type your questions in the YouTube chat box, or for those participating in Zoom, you may type your questions in the Zoom chat. Oh, sorry.
We will visit Pakistan and Mongolia. In two countries, just 3 years ago, exactly in the same time, the association was launched.
चला रहा है वही खुदा है वही तो है जो निजाम हस्ती चला रहा है वही खुदा नजर भी जो आ रहा है वही खुदा है, वही खुदा है।
Сайн байцгаана уу? Намайг 607 гэдэг. Донбоско энэ бол миний сургууль. Би энэхүү сургуулийг 2006-аас 2009 оны хооронд компьютерийн оператор Альбергийн ажилтны ангийг суралцж төгссөн. Энэхүү сургуульд суралцж төгссөн маань миний амьдралын хамгийн том баталгаа болсон юм аа. Сургуулаа төгснөөс хойш Business Mind компанид би 9 дахь жилээ ажиллаж байна. Миний мэргэжил дан ганц компьютер дээр ажиллах биш, харилцаа, хүмүүжил, ёс суртахууныг маш өндөр шаарддаг. Энэ бүгдийг би Донбоско мэргэжил сургалт үйлдвэрлэлийн төвөөс олж авсан. Та бүхэн манай сургуулийг сонгож суралцаарай.
Донбоско энэ бол миний сургууль. Намайг Мянган-Баяр гэдэг. Би энэ сургуулийг 2009-өөс 2012 оны жилд барилгын засалж эмнэлэг мэргэжлээр суралцж төгссөн. Би сургуулиас авсан мэдлэг боловсролоо дэвшлүүлэн барилгын архитектор мэргэжлээр ажиллаж байна. Та бүхэн манай сургуулийг сонгон суралцаарай.
Намайг Эрхэнбаяр гэдэг. Би 2005-аас 2008 онд сантехник технологийн мэргэжлээр суралцсан төгссөн. Би сан хариуцлагатай хувьсгал компанид 2008-аас 2018 онд тасралтгүй 10 жил ажиллаж байна. Энэ мэргэжлээр ажиллаж байгаадаа би маш их баярлаж байна. Энэ бол миний ажилладаг газар. Манай компани 1990 онд байгуулагдсан. Би энэ компанид 10 гаруй жил ажиллаж байна. Сургуулиас олж авсан ур чадвар мэргэжлээ ашиглан энэ компанид өдөрт хүртэл ажиллаж байгаамаа. Та бүхнийг манай Донбоско сургууль хүрэлцэн ирж суулгахыг уриалж байна.
Донбоско энэ бол бидний сургууль. Намайг Батмаа гэдэг. Би 2008-аас 2010 онд оёл тэсгүүрийн зөвлөлийн эвлэлийн ангийг суралцсан төгссөн. Төгссөн цагаасаа тасралтгүй 8 дахь жилдээ ажиллаж байна. Энэхүү мэргэжлийг эзэмсэндээ сургуулаараа маш их бахархаж байна. Энэ бол миний ажлын байр. Уран гогцоо компанида би 8 дахь жилдээ ажиллаж байна. Одоо цагт хүн бүр өөрийн стил имижээрээ хувцлахыг хүсдэг болсон. Иймд бид Монгол, Европ хувцсыг хүний дээрээс хэмжээ авч өөрсдөө ойж эсгэж сурдаг. Тиймээс та бүхэн манай сургуулийг сонгон суралцахыг урьж байна.
Донбоско энэ бол бидний сургууль. Намайг Саравт байдаг. Би 2003-аас 2005 онд автомеханик гагнуурын ангиар төгсөн. Сургуультай үлдэн 13 дахь жилдээ тасралтгүй гагнуурын багшаар ажиллаж байна. Надтай адилхан сургуулиар төгсөөд энэхүү сургуультай багшилж буй багш нар маш олон бий. Гагнуурын мэргэжил нь өнөөгийн нийгэмд эрт хэрэгцээ ихтэй мэргэжил юм аа. Тиймээс та бүхнийг гагнуурын ангийг сонгон суралцахыг урьж байна.
Донбоско энэ бол миний сургууль. Намайг Батүр гэдэг. 2007-аас 2010 оны хооронд тус сургуулийг автомашин сүр ашиглалтаар сурч төгссөн. Сургууль төгснөөс хойш тасралтгүй 8 жил улс их орондоо энэ мэргэжлээр ажиллаж байгаадаа би бахархсан. Энэ бол миний ажлын байр. Техник технологи хөгжсөн өнөө үед автомашин гэдэг хүний өдөр тутмын хэрэглээ болсон. Үүнийгээ дагаад ч автомашины засвар ашиглалтын энэ салбар улам хүрээгээ төлж өргөжж байна. Энэ мэргэжлийг сонгон суралцсандаа би маш их баярлалаа. Та бүгдийг ч энэ мэргэжлийг сонгон суралцаасаа гэж уриалж байна.
Well, did you watch carefully the beautiful Mongolian video and the cultural presentation from Pakistan? I was deeply touched to watching the Ulaanbaatar Don Bosco Technical Institute because without the past peoples, we would not able to even take off. And recently established association brings together not less than 80% of all graduates of that school since the year of 2001. Congratulations to Mongolia. Thanks for the beautiful cultural presentation from Pakistan. Now we give a chance to any of you to put any questions to the world delegate, to Don Bosco Past Peoples, Brother Nam, Dominic, and Mr. Takayama, who will be helped by an interpreter to understand each other. Please type on the chat box your question or communicate in any way through your translators.
Father Vaslav, Mitch from Japan will introduce Mr. Takayama.
Okay, please.
Hello, everyone. I'm Mitch from Japan. I'm very happy to meet you online. I'm looking forward to seeing you in Japan soon. By the way, the order has been reversed, but I'd like to introduce to you our speaker, Mr. Takashi Takayama, was born in 1964 in Bien Hoa, today Dong Nai, province, Vietnam. He is 58 years old. His Vietnamese name is Cao Dinh Quy. Mr. Takayama escaped communist Vietnam on a boat in 1979. 2 years later, he was accepted as an Indo-Chinese refugee by the Japanese government. He studied graphic design at the Salesian Polytechnic, at that time Ikue Polytechnic. After a long career in printing and photomechanical companies, he now works as a freelance judicial interpreter, interpreting for criminal investigation on cases involving Vietnamese persons. In his free time, he accompanies as an Aniki bro the Vietnamese youth who frequent his Catholic parish. Today, many young workers from abroad come to Japan. Many of them experience difficulties in life due to the new language, differences in culture or custom, as well as harsh working environment, inequity in payment, and opportunities for education. Mr. Takayama himself fled from the oppressive communist regime in his youth, arriving in Japan from Vietnam as one of the boat people. Helped by the support of warm-hearted people he met, he has overcome many challenges on the way. Today, he journeys with the youth who have come to Japan and who need a helping hand by listening to them, being a beacon of hope for them. Thank you.
Thank you, Mitch, for your introduction. Can we have Mr. Takayama on the screen or not?
Father, we have to ask him to turn on his video.
Okay.
Mitch, can you tell him, maybe in Japanese, turn on his video? I will also now remove Miss Izumi from the interpreter channel so she can translate for Mr. Takayama.
So we start with one question put by participant to Brother Dominic Nam. To take advantage of the time. Brother, how are you?
Oh, I'm fine, thanks. Quite early for me.
Very good. So one question to brother before we set up Mr. Takayama. I would put the same question which came already from the floor like yesterday. You are the world delegate. And there are many delegates to Don Bosco past pupils around the world. What kind of Salesian delegate to Don Bosco past pupils do you dream about?
Very nice question, Father. Thank you for the question. Actually, can you hear me? Yes? Okay. Actually, my sharing, I was talking about the Father's heart. That I am asking the past pupils should have the heart of Don Bosco. So much more, I would like to also ask the delegate of the past pupils should have, I could say that a bigger heart of Don Bosco for the young, because we as Salesians, we have the mission to take care and to love all the young people. We don't distinguish their past pupils or their non-past pupils. So we have to love all of them. So much more if they are past pupils. So that is the only one thing that I would like to ask the delegate. Please, you also carrying Don Bosco's heart in your heart for the past pupils.
Thank you very much, brother. So now we have Father Mr. Takayama on the screen. Welcome. We are deeply touched by your sharing because it's a really life story. We can make a long movie.
クイさん、本当にすごい大変な人生映画ができるぐらいですね。
シンさんありがとうございます。
Thank you, Father.
And we already listened to many of the question and answer. Maybe to the Congress members would be interesting to, if you share what is the secret of your resilience, how did you overcome so many challenges and difficulties, because to be a refugee and start from scratch in a new country is quite difficult task. What kept you going?
いろんな困難大変だったと思うんですけど、日本でゼロから出発する大変だったと思うんですけど、そんないろんな困難をどうやって乗り越えたんですか？その原動力は何だったんですか？
やはりシン様、質問ありがとうございます。
Thank you for the question.
はい、私はある種その奇跡のようにですね、行ったところで、皆さんに助けていただいて、学校もそうですけれども、先ほど、ヘンドリック神様の私が通ってたサレジオ高等専門学校の、校長神様もそうですが、お会いすることができたということでですね、それ神様も助けていただいて、これまでずっとそれの繰り返しで、やがて私が成長した後ですね、では、かつて福音書の中にも書かれた言葉なんですけれども、人にしてもらったことを他人にもするようにとイエス様がおっしゃってたということで、少しでもですね、それに近づけるような方向で、今現在私はどうにか生きているうちには頑張っていきたいということです。
I feel like I have been blessed with continuous miracles, like meeting people, the people who helped me on the way, like Father Hendricks, who helped me, who allowed me to study at the Polytechnic. And it was really a continuous encounter of people who helped me. And so after receiving so much help and love, I could stand on my feet. And then I wanted to follow Jesus, what he taught us, that to do to others what you would like to be done for yourself. I have received so much, so I want to give back through helping other people. And so that's how I've been going on in my life. As long as I live, I would like to do that.
Thank you very much for the beautiful sharing from the depths of your heart.
心の底からの素晴らしい言葉をありがとうございます。
こちらこそ、神様もう一度ありがとうございました。お会いできて本当に嬉しいです。
Thank you. It's so lovely to meet you all. Meet you.
Well, we have another question which came for Brother Nam. Because as you know, both Brother Nam and Mr. Takayama are of Vietnamese origin. But one speaks in English, one speaks in Japanese. Now, Brother Nam, around the region, we have many young people who are moving from one country to another to survive. We call them migrant workers. What would you say to the Salesians, and especially the Don Bosco Past People Association? What would be your dream? How can we stay closer to the migrant workers who are coming from one country to another, or in India, from one region to another one?
Thank you for the question. By the way, because of the first part of the question saying about that both of us are from Vietnam. And surprisingly, the family, the house of Mr. Cao Đình Huy is very close to my family. Yeah, I'm from Saigon. I'm from Ho Chi Minh City. So Ho Chi Minh City and Bien Hoa just 30 kilometers away. So it's very interesting. And of course, he's much older than me. Then I have experienced the very difficult time when he left the country. So let's say that when we just finished the war, he was lucky because of he went to Japan, but I remained in Vietnam and I experienced the hardship in Vietnam and also together with other Vietnamese. It's very true that the life is shower of blessings. You receive a lot of blessings when you left Vietnam to go to Japan. Then me, myself, I also receive another kind of blessings that God really showed his love to me. So everywhere we live, of course, God never abandon us, always follow us and love us everywhere we are. Then as you say that the migrants from other countries, especially the youth migrants, they're moving around a lot in our region. Among the solutions, among the provinces, we already have this kind of interchange or just send the solutions to other countries where there are Vietnamese migrants. For example, in Japan, we have sent also one lay brother there to really to be closer to the Vietnamese youth. They are facing in difficulties when they establish their life there. That is the way that how the solutions are doing. But you are asking how the past pupils are doing. So just the example of Mr. Cao Đình Huy, I believe that among the youth, there are also many alumni, many Don Bosco past pupils are moving around. So if we have the internal connection, we already get their contact when they move around our region. So it's very much easier to really get in touch and to give the very first aid, first help when they just arrive there. Because of that, so yesterday we talked a lot about the internal communication, the database. So I think at this point, we should develop this, and that will be the network among the past pupils in our region. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Nam. Now we have one question from Bangladesh to you, brother, again. We listen to the hardships of a refugee settled in Japan. Past peoples of Bangladesh are asking, what kind of challenges did you face? Could you share it? Major challenges in your life.
I see. Of course, I am a little bit lucky than my brothers. When I say my brothers, means that the same age of Mr. Cao Đình Huy. Because I came from a very big family. I have 7 brothers and 2 sisters. I am the second to the last. I'm just the 7th in the family. Then after the war, all of my brothers, they could not go on with their studies. They have to stop from school and they have to work to help the family, because with the work of the parents, we cannot survive. Anyway, my challenging was really to continue study at that moment, because there are temptation that no, you have to stop studying to stay home and help your parents. But luckily that I have a lot of bigger brothers, so they took care of the family, so they gave chance to me to really go on with my study. So that is the first challenging that I really find myself. I stop or I continue to study. Then it was lucky that in the parishes, we are quite active. So with the activities in the parish, the youth movement, also the catechism, also that really helps me to go on in this difficulty life and also difficulty in general in Vietnam. Then I really, my vocation was born in the activities in the parish. So I could say that my most challenging is only at that moment, but luckily that under the guidance of the bigger catechists in my parish, they really encouraged me to go on with my study, and also the good environment that really nurture and nourish my vocation from my parish.
Thank you, brother, for your very personal sharing about your family and your challenges, how to go ahead. We are very grateful to both of the Salesian family members on the screen. And I believe we just finished with, we are asking Mr. Takayama and Brother Nam to answer with 1 or 2 sentences, okay? If you say Don Bosco, what comes to your mind? Mr. Takayama, please.
ドンボスコというと何が思い浮かびますか？
神様はもう私昔小さい頃からよく母にですね、一緒に教会に行くときには何か困ったときに助けを求めなさいとよく言われまして、それでよく貧しい子どもたちをですね助けるというふうに言っているのは私の、認識っていうか頭の中に今そういうことを思い浮かぶと。
クイさん、それは、ドンボスコのこと？
そうです。これは母小さい頃からですねそういうふうに教会と一緒に行くときにはそのドンボスコとの神様がですね、何か困ったとき、例えば、勉強することとか、それは仕事とかにおいてもですね、困ったときには助けてくださいって言えばなんか教えてくれるっていうような存在だと、これは母からの、小さい頃言われたことなんですけれどもね。でそうやって日本に来てでそのサレジオ高等専門学校に入った時にも、そこで技術をですね学んで、その技術というそれで、道となりそれ神様ということに結びつくわけなんですけれども、はい、そんなところです。
Since he was very young child, when he went to church with his mother would tell him that if you have anything, any need, any spiritual or temporal need, go to the Salesians, go to Don Bosco. They will help you. He was told since a very young age, on the way to church, he was told by his mother. So he remembers this. And after he came to Japan, he enrolled in a Salesian school, polytechnic, and there he could acquire a trade. He could learn technical things, and then also spiritually he was helped. So.
Thank you very much. It was very short and very clear, and we are inspired. Brother Nam, please, the same question.
Oh, for me, when we talk about Don Bosco, just came to my mind right away. He's the father, teacher, and friend of youth. Thank you.
We wish you to be father and teacher and friend of the youth as him. Thank you very much to both of you. We are very grateful for this beautiful family sharing, which will inspire many more other Salesian family members and young people around Asia and Oceania. Thank you very much. Well, we are moving forward. the large portion, the half of this first session on June 26 is dedicated to listen attentively to the President's report. I would ask you just keep in mind one question. What surprised you? What touched your heart when you listen to these different reports from 14 different federations? We will listen to the Salesian Don Bosco Pupils presidents from India, from Japan, from Thailand, Vietnam, Korea, Timor-Leste, Australia Pacific, Bangladesh, Indonesia, Samoa, Mongolia, Pakistan, Philippines, Laos, and China province. Let's listen with our heart and let's take the best of these experiences to our own place.
Can I start?
Yes.
Thank you very much, Father. Hi, friends. This is Stafford Mantle. I am presenting to you the report from the Indian National Federation, and I request the person who is operating the PowerPoints to put on the PowerPoint.
Oh, sorry. One moment. Let me check.
As you know, India is a continent. We have 11 Salesian provinces in the country of India, and they are organized in provincial and then in national federation. So we listen to the report on behalf of the whole of India.
Sorry, Mr. Stafford, I do not have the PowerPoint for India. Do you have it with you? You can share screen if you have it with you.
Give me just one moment, please.
Okay.
Is it seen?
Yes, we can see it.
Thank you very much. So I'm the National Secretary. My name is Stafford Mantle, and I am happy to present to you the Indian National Federation's report. At first, let me start with the history of India, just in brief. The Indian Federation started back and registered with the World Confederation in 1968, which makes us just completed 53 years with the world body. Okay. Its affiliation with the World Confederation and the founding leaders and the first national office and data of information across has been mentioned over here. We thank all our founding leaders. We thank all our former leaders for making this such a strong base. Currently, Indian National Federation consists of 11 provinces, including the extended countries such as Nepal, Bangladesh, and the UAE. We also have over 150 units. Many of them are very active, and over 20,000 registered life members whose database we have in detail with the National Federation and the Province Federation. Here is a list of the 11 provinces, the 11 provincial federations, and I've arranged them according to the alphabetic order of their codes. Next is the National Executive Committee, the main team. We have our delegate, Father Joseph Maniparam, who is our national delegate. We have Ketan Gala, our national president, and myself, the national secretary. Is closely followed by next in command, Mr. Rajesh Singh, the national vice president, and the JEX vice president is Jai Shankar Sharma. And of course, our treasurer, Francis Michael. Next, we have one of our senior persons, Mr. Satish, and also very senior people in the provinces, Mr. John Jolie, Mr. Rashmi Desai, and Dr. Kenshu, Mr. Agavalan, and Chandrahai, who's from all the way from UAE. He participates in our meeting, comes in every time for our meeting. The main activities, as you might know, that the National Council, the National Executive Committee, actually meets once in 6 months, and the National Council meets once in a year. Unfortunately, due to the pandemic, we were not able to meet as often as possible as we desired and as we've been doing in the last 5-6 years. Okay. Now, the last National Council was in November 2019, which was also the year of the elections. And of course, the National Executive Committee has been meeting every 6 months as per plan, but the National Council did not take place as per plan. Am I audible? Hello?
Yes, Mr. Stafford, we can still see your PowerPoint. It's okay, and we can hear you.
Okay, good, because I just I got it out of it. Okay, so one of the good things that happened in the pandemic is we had special meeting of all the province secretaries and province secretaries with the national secretary on various matters with regards to the website and with regards to various data information across, which has happened first time in history. Okay, now this page is about the main activities that we have conducted from the last National Council till date. So we have just briefed out the various points, and I will take you through some of the photos, some of the clips of what has taken place. First, we start with the National Council, the election year. The National Council, the last National Council was held at Delhi, and that's first photo is the photo of the participants. The second photo is of Delhi's fellowship dinner with the Chinese lanterns across. We go over to other celebrations. Delhi has their celebration with balloons, and Guwahati. Almost all provinces celebrate the birthday of our founder. In some places, it's also called Bosco Jayanti. We go in next to the pandemic work. The pandemic work, we show the very active Delhi province, Guwahati province, and of course, we have Calcutta with the Siliguri unit and also the Calcutta Park Circus unit. Of course, the Park Circus photo is not here. Okay, so we have Siliguri and we have Ankur from Dimapur. The next in this line is Don Bosco EGMO with the food distribution, St. Bede's Santom Chennai province with provisions. We also have Dimapur province with provisions, and also others meeting officials with regards to the pandemic work. Mental health. Mental health is something that is being conducted by the Delhi province, okay, and they have taken this forward. This is the next photo here is to do with Don Bosco EGMO. This is the team of doctors and healthcare workers who have been working continuously. They have a COVID center, a 100-bed COVID center in the school, where the unit actually has raised funds of 40 lakhs towards the entire, that was the initial funds raised up to pay for the entire doctors, the healthcare workers, and they have tied up with the government to give this facility. Thanks even to the solutions on the school, where they have given the entire space and also given space for an oxygen plant for this to happen. Another issue another good thing about Don Bosco EGMO is they also have stress relief or stress management program which is there for patients. Patients have the TVs given, put up for them. They have carom boards, chess, and so many other activities for them to go through, apart from the medicine, to go through, the healing process. And for the workers, for the healthcare workers, they are frequently allowed to have a daily evening football match as a stress relief. Just like Don Bosco Egmo, Don Bosco Park Circus in Calcutta are also doing a very good job in such a center. They have, I think, about 30 to 40 beds in their center. And we are the two places in India which have COVID centers. Hyderabad have got the ambulance service in place. Hyderabad, Hyderabad province, Mangalagiri, a very upcoming active unit, have brought in thing, and the photo underneath, the fourth photo is on them. This also talks about the vaccination drive, St. Mary's, Chennai province. And let's go on to the next. This talks about St. Gabriel's unit, their work with the former Tahsildar and past pupil. And we have also photos here, more photos of the COVID center in Don Bosco Egmo. Here it speaks about, again, the distribution of clothes, distribution of food articles, provisions. We have in Shillong, the Savio Generate unit. We have in Guwahati, the Tura unit. We have in Guwahati, again, the Aflong unit, which is a predominantly JEX unit. We have in Chennai, the Don Bosco Perambo unit. So here we speak about blood donation and plasma donation, eye camps, all been conducted across. We have Delhi, Aflong unit of Guwahati, and then Guwahati, Assam, Don Bosco University, again, Delhi with the high camp. Ankur unit of the Delhi province, Calcutta Siliguri unit, and there you have a photo of the Calcutta Don Bosco Park Circus unit of the vaccinations that have been. Vaccination drive is not just in two provinces, but almost in every province. Most of our Don Bosco institutions across India are promoting vaccination drive and giving vaccination to all our past pupils, their families, and anyone who requires it in the area. Again, this is of Shillong, then we have of Chennai, then we have of Guwahati province, two photos across there. Again, a few more awareness programs being conducted, and also how yoga can help us through this situation. Here, Aflong unit had done a very good job with regards to the Assam flood time and their flood donation program. So this is purely for them. Again, Shillong unit, Shillong with Savio Generate, Shillong with Tripura unit. And these are also with the various units. These are the oxygen plant that I was talking about, and also the food distribution that goes around. This again is with Tura unit, mostly Tura. This is Trichy province, Hilarai unit, their camp, their thing across, and then Don Bosco Egmo, the announcement of the vaccination program. Chennai, again, going around with the provisions. And some more of Chennai province, the Sacred Heart College, have also been doing more than 1,000 vaccinations so far. And Trichy unit, the Palithanam, Trichy province, Palithanam unit, with their rations, door-to-door ration delivery. Next topic, we go on to the eco conversation. conversation and the restoration. Okay. We speak about the environment. There's so many things that have been discussed and also been put across. Dimapur province, along with Indian Oil Corporation, Delhi province, Tripura, that is in Shillong, and of course the Delhi province again. Here with Aflong unit in Guwahati, and Dimapur Amguri unit. Next, we go into the workshops and alumni talks. We have Calcutta, the Lilua unit, Delhi, Lilua again with their Mehndi kind of workshop, Mehndi program, Lilua again from Calcutta. Guwahati with Aflong unit, their programs across, and Don Bosco. This particular thing for Chennai unit is the Don Bosco Vesarpadi unit, along with Don Bosco EGMO. Don Bosco EGMO actually conducted a CSR event where they do spoken English classes for a few of our Don Bosco schools, for the ones who required them. And they did it for the Don Bosco unit together, Don Bosco Vesarpadi unit. They collaborated with Don Bosco Vesarpadi unit. So 2 units together, and this class, spoken English class, was taken over. Next up, reunions, sports, celebrations. As you can see, Calcutta unit, Calcutta province, Siliguri, Calcutta again with Lilua, Park Circus, again Park Circus with their cricket tournament, and Lilua again. Here we have Delhi, Delhi, Delhi. All this is to do with Delhi. Again, Delhi. Now the celebrations across. Shillong, Savio unit, Savio Generate, Aflong from Guwahati province, Shillong province, and Guwahati province. Now, this thing about Guwahati Aflong unit, this is an awareness against tuberculosis, something which has been thought of and been looked at from their unit, and done. Very good work of Guwahati province. Here again we have Guwahati with the Don Bosco Assam University, Assam Don Bosco University, the Hyderabad province, Hyderabad province metro unit. We have Chennai province, we have Don Bosco EGMO with the meetings. Again, Trichy province, Chennai province, again Trichy province. As you know, all this started off with a dream. It's just because of the dream of Don Bosco that we are there. So we are the fruits of a dreamer. And we thank God, we thank Don Bosco. Thank you, dear friends.
Thank you very much, Mr. Stafford. I shall now proceed with the video reports of the other countries. Do you want to say something, Father Vaslav, before I begin?
No, we follow the order because most of those reports are pre-recorded videos. So please, in that order, we already showed on the slide. Thank you very much to India, to the National Secretary. Very beautiful presentation.
Thank you, Father.
I would like to talk to you about the Salesian schools and the past pupils in Japan. Mr. Hiroshi Yoshida as national president, Father Shin Mishima as delegate, Mr. Chihiro Okawa as JEC's leader, and I, Mich Tateshi, as secretary. We'd like to share with you about our organization and activities. 95 years ago, in 1926, Father Chimatti and 8 other Salesians arrived in Japan. Japan, at that time, was a poor country. The Salesians and their co-workers worked and built boarding schools for poor orphaned children. As of now, the Salesians run 1 technical college, 4 high schools, and 1 elementary school. Current students in the schools number 3,900 in total. The number of past pupils in Japan is 47,500. Ikue Gakuin Salesian Polytechnic in Tokyo. Hyuga Gakuin in Miyazaki. Saregio Elementary and Junior High School in Tokyo. Osaka Seiko Gakuin in Osaka. Saregio Gakuin in Yokohama. The total number of schools run by the Salesian family, including FMA and Caritas Sisters of Jesus. They add up to about 50 educational institutions, from kindergartens up to junior college. In the Salesian schools, there is a family atmosphere and friendliness between students and teachers. The students enthusiastically dedicate themselves to study, sports, volunteer activities, etc. In Japan, the Catholic population is 440,000, which comprises 0.3% of the whole population. Current Catholic students in the Salesian schools comprise 2.6%. In May of 2015, Japan Federation of Salegio Alumni Associations was founded. This is one of the fruits of the bicentenary of the birth of Don Bosco. There is a working team by JECs, which is working on specific projects such as public relations, finance, and Asian Congress. Japan Federation is working together to promote exchanges, cooperation, and studies among local unions step by step. In Japan, each school has its own past pupils organization with their respective activities. Publication of alumni newsletter once a year, organizing reunion events such as social gatherings or golf competitions, organizing financial support for students are some of them. Many past pupils are working in various fields as the light of the world. We are counseling about the careers of current students and young alumni, providing financial assistance to students in need, and working as Salesian teacher, and so on. We hold events called Cheer Team for the Light of the World, so that young past pupils may think of their future and talk about their career with professionals. Since last year, most of the Alumni Association activities have been cancelled in order to keep everyone safe. While going through trial and error, we continue to carry out activities that can be done online. For example, annual meetings, career counseling for current students and young alumni, employment guidance, etc. Japanese province is running the Don Bosco Fund, DBK. We support Salesian projects, especially for poor young people. We pass pupils support to manage the fund and to call for donations. We are running the website in order to share information with many pupils, students, and their parents, and to give them opportunities to interact. We have been publishing interviews of past pupils who are active in various fields of society or feature articles taking up different schools. The Salesian Bulletin in Japan, Don Bosco no Kaze, is published twice a year with the aim to enhance communion among the groups of the Salesian family. Past pupils are involved in planning, editing, designing, and printing this magazine. This is published 30,000 copies. The cost of its publication is covered by donations from the school's local alumni unions and from individuals. Don Bosco no Kaze has an account in Facebook. We share reflections on the Salesian spirit or short stories that can be food for thought. Thank you for listening to our sharing of the Salesian schools and the past pupils in Japan.
ในปีคศ 1927 บรรดามิชชันนารีซาเลเซียนได้เดินทางมาถึงประเทศไทยแล้วก็ได้เริ่มปลูกฝังความเชื่อแล้วก็ได้เริ่มกิจการในการให้การศึกษาและการอบรมแก่บรรดาเด็กและเยาวชนกิจการที่บรรดามิชชันนารีเหล่านี้ได้เริ่มไว้ก็มีทั้งหมด7โรงเรียนไม่นับวัดต่างๆที่ต้องได้เริ่มกิจการไว้7โรงเรียนนั้นก็มีบรรดาเด็กและเยาวชนซึ่งสำเร็จการศึกษามากมายหลายคนมีบทบาทหน้าที่ทางด้านการเมืองหลายคนมีหน้าที่บทบาทที่สำคัญทางด้านธุรกิจหลายคนก็มีธุรกิจของตัวเองและอีกหลายคนก็มีหน้าที่บทบาทและก็อาชีพที่ดีในสังคมชุมชนที่เขาอยู่นั้นตลอดระยะเวลา94 ปีที่ผ่านมาบรรดาศิษย์เก่ามากมายเหล่านี้ก็มีความเข้มแข็งมีความเป็นน้ำหนึ่งใจเดียวกันมีการนำเอาจิตรมของคุณพ่อบอสโกไปใช้ในทุกสถานที่ที่พวกเขาอยู่ฉะนั้นพันธกิจที่สำคัญของบรรดาศิษย์เก่าก็มี3ประการด้วยกันประการแรกก็คือพวกเขามีหน้าที่ส่งเสริมจิตรมของคุณพ่อบอสโกหรือเราเรียกว่าจิตรมซาเลเซียนนั้นในทุกที่ที่เขาอยู่ในทุกที่ที่เขาทำงานประการที่2พวกเขามีหน้าที่ส่งเสริมการทำกิจกรรมที่ดีนะในรูปแบบของสมาคมให้กับโรงเรียนที่เขาสำเร็จมาในรูปแบบต่างๆ กิจกรรมนั้นมีความหลากหลายไม่ว่าจะเป็นกิจกรรมของโรงเรียนหรือกิจกรรมในสังคมชุมชนที่เขาอยู่นั้นและประการที่3ก็คือพวกเขาต้องส่งเสริมในฐานะที่เป็นรุ่นพี่เขาต้องส่งเสริมแล้วก็ให้แรงบันดาลใจ บรรดาศิษย์เก่ารุ่นน้องๆเป็นต้นพวกที่อยู่ในวัยรุ่นหรืออยู่ในวัยหนุ่มเพื่อพวกเขาเหล่านั้นจะได้ทำความดีให้กับสังคมเป็นต้นการช่วยเหลือเด็กและเยาวชนที่ยากจนและถูกทอดทิ้งและเยาวชนที่ขาดโอกาสในสังคมนี่ก็คือพันธกิจของบรรดาศิษย์เก่าไม่ว่าจะเป็นรุ่นพี่รุ่นอยู่ในวัยไหนก็ตามพวกเขามีพละกำลังมีแรงบันดาลใจที่จะขับเคลื่อนจิตรมของพ่อบอสโกไปทั่วทุกแห่งในประเทศไทยแต่ว่าในช่วงนี้อยู่ในสถานการณ์โควิดนะครับฉะนั้นกิจกรรมบางอย่างนั้นก็ไม่สามารถทำได้บางอย่างก็ทำได้ในรูปแบบต่างๆตามสถานการณ์ของโควิดเราก็เชื่อมั่นว่าบรรดาศิษย์เก่าเหล่านี้นะครับซึ่งมีพลังมีความคิดสร้างสรรค์พวกเขาจะทำความดีมากมายเหมือนกับคุณพ่อบอสโกที่ทำความดีกับบรรดาเด็กและเยาวชนเราเชื่อมั่นว่าพวกเขาจะเป็นแสงสว่างให้กับสังคมชุมชนในการพัฒนาประเทศไทยของเราสืบต่อไป
คือแนวทางของสมาคมศิษย์เก่าแสงทองเนี่ยก็คือ ประสานบรรดาศิษย์เก่าทั้งหลายแล้วก็เรามาร่วมกิจกรรมกันตามจิตอารมณ์ของพ่อบอสโกนะครับที่ให้ความสำคัญของศิษย์เก่าเซเลเซียนทั้งหลายนะครับเพื่อเป็นศูนย์รวมในการรวบรวมศิษย์เก่าในทุกแขนงทุกสาขาอาชีพนะครับแล้วมาช่วยเหลือสังคมนั่นคือวัตถุประสงค์หลักนะครับ
คนที่จบจากโรงเรียนซาเลเซียนออกไปนั้นแน่นอนระยะเวลาในการที่จะได้เรียนอยู่ในโรงเรียนซาเลเซียนอาจจะมากน้อยแตกต่างกันแต่อย่างไรก็ตามสิ่งสำคัญผมคิดว่าไม่น่าจะเป็นเรื่องของระยะเวลาที่เรียนแต่น่าจะเป็นเรื่องของความรู้สึกความประทับใจที่ได้มีโอกาสได้รับการอบรมและที่สำคัญก็คือสามารถที่จะนำการอบรมที่ได้รับนั้นมาประยุกต์ใช้ในการดำเนินชีวิตในปัจจุบันในส่วนที่2ก็คิดว่ามีความสำคัญเช่นเดียวกันก็คือผู้ให้การอบรมเนื่องจากว่านักอบรมหรือผู้ให้การอบรมนั้นมีส่วนอย่างยิ่งที่จะทำให้ชีวิตของศิษย์เก่าเซเลเซียนได้เติบโตนะดังที่พ่อบอสโกได้บอกนะครับว่าเด็กๆและเยาวชนทุกคนที่ได้รับการอบรมจากโรงเรียนซาเลเซียนบอสโกบอกว่าจุดมุ่งหมายสำคัญก็คือให้พวกเขาได้เป็นพลเมืองที่มีคุณภาพของประเทศชาติและเป็นศาสนิกชนที่ดีของศาสนา
สมเด็จพระสันตะปาปาฟรังซิสทรงเชื้อเชิญให้ทุกคนเป็นหนึ่งเดียวกันทรงย้ำว่าทุกคนต่างเป็นประชากรของโลกใบนี้โอกาสที่สมเด็จพระสันตะปาปาทรงนำการภาวนาและอวยพรศีลมหาสนิทที่หน้ามหาวิหารนักบุญเปโตรวันศุกร์ที่ 27 มีนาคม 2020 พระองค์ทรงตรัสว่าพระเยซูเจ้าทรงระงับลมพายุเช่นเดียวกับบรรดาศิษย์ที่ต้องเผชิญกับพายุเราก็เช่นกันเราถูกจู่โจมอย่างไม่ทันตั้งตัวจากพายุลูกใหญ่นี้เราต่างก็รู้สึกว่าเราอยู่ในเรือลำเดียวกันและถูกเรียกให้ช่วยกันพายเรือไปด้วยกันเราคงไม่สามารถที่จะคิดถึงแต่ตนเองมีเพียงวิธีการเดียวเท่านั้นคือเราต้องช่วยกันคุณพ่ออังเกลเฟร์นันเดสอาติเมอัครธิการซาเลเซียนได้เชิญชวนบรรดาซาเลเซียนและครอบครัวซาเลเซียนให้เป็นบุคคลแรกที่มีส่วนร่วมในการช่วยเหลือเยาวชนและผู้ที่ประสบภัยจากการระบาดของโควิด -19 ครอบครัวซาเลเซียนในประเทศไทยซึ่งประกอบไปด้วยคณะซาเลเซียนคณะธิดาแม่พระองค์อุปถัมภ์ซาเลเซียนผู้ร่วมงานคณะแม่พระองค์อุปถัมภ์คณะผู้รับใช้ดวงหทัยนิรมนต์ของพระแม่มารี สถาบันธิดาพระราชินีมาเรียคณะภักคินีพระราชินีมาเรียและสหพันธ์ศิษย์เก่าครอบครัวเซเลเซียนได้ตอบรับคำเชื้อเชิญของสมเด็จพระสันตะปาปาและของคุณพ่ออัครธิการด้วยใจกว้างและเป็นหนึ่งเดียวกันเราทำงานร่วมกันในจิตตารมณ์แห่งครอบครัวภายใต้ป้ายประกาศและโลโก้เดียวกันโครงการดีๆของครอบครัวเซเลเซียนประเทศไทยได้ถูกริเริ่มขึ้นโดยคุณพ่อเจ้าคณะและแผนก PDO ภายใต้ชื่อโครงการในเรือลำเดียวกันเพื่อช่วยเหลือผู้ที่ได้รับผลกระทบจากการระบาดของโควิด -19 โดยการนำข้าวสารอาหารแห้งข้าวกล่องหน้ากากและเจลแอลกอฮอล์ไปมอบให้กับพี่น้องผู้ยากไร้ผู้ที่ตกงานคนไร้บ้านคนพิการแรงงานต่างด้าวผู้สูงอายุและคนในชุมชนแออัดโดยไม่แบ่งแยกเชื้อชาติและศาสนาทีมงานอาสาสมัครได้ออกสำรวจพื้นที่จัดการระดมทุนขอรับบริจาคและได้มอบสิ่งของสัปดาห์ละ2 ครั้งบ้านต่างๆของครอบครัวเซเลเซียนได้ถูกตั้งเป็นศูนย์กลางเพื่อช่วยเหลือและประสานความร่วมมือบางโรงเรียนได้พยายามจัดหาอุปกรณ์ทางการแพทย์ไปมอบให้กับโรงพยาบาลและศูนย์สุขภาพหลายแห่งนอกนั้นคณะต่างๆในครอบครัวเซเลเซียนเองก็ได้ดำเนินการช่วยเหลือผู้ที่ได้รับผลกระทบในพื้นที่ต่างๆที่แต่ละคณะทำงานอยู่ด้วยแม้ว่าความช่วยเหลือของเรานี้อาจจะดูเล็กน้อยเมื่อเทียบกับปัญหาที่เกิดขึ้นแต่มันแสดงออกถึงการสร้างประโยชน์สุขแก่ผู้อื่นและนี่แหละที่สร้างความแตกต่างให้กับโลกใบนี้มากไปกว่านั้นคือการเป็นประจักษ์พยานที่น่ายกย่องแห่งการอุทิศตนของลูกๆของคุณพ่อบอสโกที่หยิบยื่นความช่วยเหลือให้กับบุคคลที่ทุกข์ยากนอกจากครอบครัวเซเลเซียนในประเทศไทยแล้วยังมีกลุ่มอื่นๆอาทิคณะภักคินีธรรมทูตแห่งพระนางมารีองค์อุปถัมภ์คณะภักคินีแห่งการสงเคราะห์ของพระเยซูเจ้าคณะภักคินีแห่งการเยี่ยมเยียนของคุณพ่อบอสโกบรรดาศิษย์และกลุ่มอื่นๆในครอบครัวเซเลเซียนและที่สำคัญที่สุดการที่เราตระหนักว่าเรากำลังเดินทางอยู่ในเรือลำเดียวกันช่วยให้เราเป็นหนึ่งเดียวและตั้งใจที่จะรับใช้พี่น้องที่กำลังทุกข์ยากและช่วยเสริมสร้างสายสัมพันธ์ที่มีอยู่แล้วในหมู่พวกเรานั่นคือสมาชิกครอบครัวเซเลเซียนประสบการณ์แห่งการรับใช้ผู้ที่ตกทุกข์ได้ยากในฐานะสมาชิกที่ร่วมเป็นหนึ่งของครอบครัวเซเลเซียนนี้ทำให้เรามั่งคั่งมันเป็นประสบการณ์ซึ่งทำให้เรารักษาจิตตารมณ์แห่งความเป็นหนึ่งเดียวในครอบครัวไว้และทำให้เรามีส่วนร่วมในการช่วยเหลือผู้อื่นแม้เป็นเพียงส่วนเล็กๆแต่ก็ช่วยสร้างสรรค์ครอบครัวที่แท้จริงแห่งมนุษยชาติ
Hi, dear all presidents, delegates, and representatives of Asia-Oceania Regional Congress of the Moscow Past Pupils. On behalf of the Moscow Past Pupils of Vietnam Federation, I'd like to present the President's report. So, in my report, I present the status of priority and activity, including the growth and sustainable structure, formation and training, JEC promotion, funding and fundraising, family support, Salesian family, communication and external relations, and activity aiming to poor youth In growth and sustainable structure, we have done efforts to increase the number of former membership. We also develop new strategy and annual plan according to 7 priorities of World Confederation. We also developing the relationship between different past pupil groups by initiating activity of updating yearbook of each past pupil group. Information and training, we just starting the networking in vocational and career guidance. We also starting steps for formation in leadership, financial management, marketing and time, management and faith and family planning. In JEC promotion, we try to establish links with a new Salesian vocational school. We pay visit and establish connection with a young generation group in each vocational school. In funding and fundraising, in fact, we just collect the annual affiliation charge from last year, from 2020. We also develop an initiative of saving 1% of each past event for creation of voluntary contribution. In supporting past pupil family, we have support activity when past pupil pass away. And we also promoting the way of living a good Christian life and upright citizen. With the Salesian family, we joined the meeting with the Vietnam Provincial Salesian Don Bosco. And in the event organizing, we cooperate in the traditional day and the family day organized at each area. We promote the relationship and collaboration activity between past pupil and Don Bosco collaborator at area level. In communication and external relations, we establish a full function country secretariat. We also establish various communication channels using Viber group, Skype, and Facebook between past pupil groups. With activity aiming to poor youth, we see this is a way for struggling with the non-legal situation and in our country, and the gap between different generation and different thinking to continue Don Bosco spirit. So we hand-on give and sponsor action to poor youth at remote area. We supply cheap accommodation for students at 25% cheaper for young past pupil of vocational school only, and it is a non-profit business. In urban area, we supply hospitality business training, and we also doing some supporting activity to blind youth. So for supporting poor youth at urban area, and it is the initiative of individual initiative of one of past pupil by providing poor youth a thorough education in hospitality business. And it is also a non-profit business, but based on the regenerate concept. So during training, the trainee do have to pay, but after graduating and earning money, he will pay the tuition and boarding fee for 50 years, so the center have resources to have the next trainee. And for supporting blind youth, this also the initiative of past people, and it in fact established and run by a blind past people of Don Bosco, and to empower visually impaired youth, indeed by creating opportunity to access education and to acquire necessary knowledge and skill. So it is I almost did the presentation of the President's report. Thank you.
Hi, my fellow Salesians. This is Lee Myung Jae Bosco, President of the Alumni Association of Don Bosco in Korea. I had the great privilege to meet you all at the 11th EAO General Assembly in Dili, East Timor in October 2016. Although the Assembly could not convene due to COVID-19 last year, I'm grateful the 12th EAO General Assembly can come together like this. The 7 projects discussed at the last General Assembly are being actively promoted by the Alumni Association in each region. The Alumni Association of Gwangju, where my alma mater is located, purchased a 3-story building in Gwangju in 2018 and uses it as office for solid alumni development. The Alumni Association of Seoul, the most active alumni association in the region, in 2018 established and runs Salesian Future Committee to continuously provide scholarships and support to college students in Seoul, on top of the already existing scholarships from alma mater students. Alumni Association of Don Bosco Vocational School in Seoul prepared their own activities video today and want it played separately. I will conclude the introductory comments here and will continue to present the activities of Gwangju and Seoul Alumni Association. God bless you, Salesians, and may God's peace and blessing be with you and with your family.
I could build a mansion that is higher I could have all the gifts I want and never ask please. I could fly to Paris, it's at my beck and call. Why do I live my life alone with nothing at all? But when I dream of you. Maybe someday you will come true. When I dream of you. Maybe someday you will come true. I can be the singer or the clown in any room. I can call up someone to take me to the moon. I can put my makeup on and drive the men insane. I can go to bed alone and never know his name. But when I dream of you. Maybe someday you will come true. When I dream of you. Maybe someday you will come true.
The motto of the World Confederation of Past Peoples of Don Bosco is good Christians and honest citizens. To realize this motto, we have developed a 6-year development plan which mainly focused on qualitative and quantitative growth through a process of institutionalization and professionalization in order to be strong and functional. We aim to create a worldwide network of people capable to be salt of the earth and light of the world in their daily life. This development plan is mirrored in the program that will be put in practice through 7 goals, bringing together all our objectives and dreams for World Confederation in the period of 2015 to 2021, and a strong contribution on the spirituality of Don Bosco. Based on these 7 goals of the World Confederation, National Federation of Don Bosco Past People of Timor-Leste developed 14 programs. These programs are: 1. Consolidation of the structure, program, and establishment of secretariat. 2. Establish past people's network and members consolidation through database. 3. Integrated human and spiritual formation. 4. Technical and vocational training for young people. 5. Leadership training, exchange program between the young people of Timor-Leste with neighboring Indonesia and Australia. 6. Establish employment network to facilitate young people. 7. Sustainable financing policy. 8. Improve financial management, transparency, and accountability. 9. Attention to families who are most in need of material and spiritual support. 10. Empower family-based economy through cooperatives and activities that promote income generation. 11. Strengthen unity and consolidate past people's network through facilitating and participating in major religious events, such as attending Holy Mass of Mary Help of Christians, Don Bosco Feast, and also the Feast of Saint Calixto Carvalho, and so on. 12. Conduct social advocacy and awareness raising on the importance of environmental protection and COVID-19 prevention and mitigation, and so on. 13. Social network establishment, such as social media platforms using Facebooks, WhatsApps, emails, website. And 14. Program, external relations and marketing strategy. These are the 14 programs of the Federation, which are implemented in line with the 7 goals of the World Confederation. Now we come to the summary of the successful programs in Timor-Leste. We would like to present following successful programs that we have implemented. Don Bosco cooperatives with a small spider web group established to promote social and economic solidarity and prayers in the past people's family. Participation of Don Bosco cooperatives in the cooperative fairs organized the government or cooperative fairs organized by the government. We involved all local cooperatives and their local products, participated in the training programs for bookkeeping, financial management, and reporting. And the second is Saint Calixto Carvalho Church construction in Waimori. Third, establishment of 2 to 3 new associations, Bagia, Manufai, and Alio, with other new associations are in the process to be officialized, such as Ermera, Bikeke, and other. Establishment of online communication platform, celebration of Feast of Don Bosco, Mary Help of Christians, Saint Calixto Carvalho, launching of the Federation's ID card, conducted regular Holy Mass and monthly meeting to discuss program implementation, cooperatives with the aim to strengthen relationship between the members, conducted regular fundraising events, sports, music, and training activities to accumulate young people, through sports, cultural dance, music competitions, training of computers, English, Portuguese, and other activities. Also, we conducted social advocacy and charity activities, did public cleaning, tree planting, support foods to the need, construct houses for vulnerable people, visit prisons and hospitals. Now we would like to congratulate all congressmen and women and hope a successful regional congress for all of us to continue expanding our mission to serve young people in this region. Thank you very much. Viva Don Bosco.
Thank you, God Almighty, for your very special love in giving us Don Bosco, a blessing from above, a love that reaches out to touch the lonely and the poor, the once abandoned youngsters are desolate no more. Long live, long live, long live Don Bosco, our father and our friend. Long live, long live, long live Don Bosco, your blessings on us send. We thank you, God of happiness, for giving us the saint. His smiling face and friendly hand have helped us to sustain that rich and precious heritage, the joy of sanctity, to sing an hallelujah despite monotony. Long live, long live, long live Don Bosco, our father and our friend. Long live, long live, long live Don Bosco, your blessings on us send. Thank you, God Almighty, for your very special love in giving us Don Bosco, a blessing from above, a love that reaches out to touch the lonely and the poor, the once abandoned youngsters are desolate no more. Long live, long live, long live Don Bosco, our father and our friend. Long live, long live, long live Don Bosco, your blessings on us send. We thank you, God of happiness, for giving us the saint. His smiling face and friendly hand have helped us to sustain that rich and precious heritage, the joy of sanctity, to sing an hallelujah despite monotony. Long live, long live, long live Don Bosco, our father and our friend. Long live, long live, long live, long live Don Bosco, our father and our friend. Long live, long
Salesian Past Pupils, President in Australia Pacific Province. Report for the Asia-Oceania Regional Conference 25th to 26th of June 2021. Current situations. The Salesians of Don Bosco have been in Australia for nearly 100 years. A group of Salesian missionaries came to Australia in March 1923 to begin the mission of St. John Bosco in the education of the young. Beginning in the northwestern part of Australia, Salesians settled in the eastern states, Melbourne, Adelaide, and Sydney from 1926. Salesians are ministering in 9 Salesian high schools in Australia and 2 in Samoa. 2 of these schools are solely for the boys, and the remainder cater for both boys and girls. In the past 98 years of history, the Salesians have educated countless numbers of students in the charism of St. John Bosco. In this report, Dominic College in Tasmania, Australia, and Don Bosco Technical College in Samoa will be highlighted. Dominic College, Tasmania. Salesians came to Tasmania nearly 75 years ago to begin the education of the young. The college started as a special boarding school for orphans arriving from Europe. Then, as Sabio College, accepted day students as part of the college mission. In the 1970s, combining with the charism of the Dominican sisters, the name was changed to Dominic College and began educating both boys and girls. A photo of past pupils from Dominic College, Tasmania. The college has a legacy of past pupils meeting regularly to support one another and to help and guide Dominic College students. A popular figure in the life of Dominic College is the late Brother Peter Desani. He was a much-loved and respected member of the college by students and staff. Brother Peter spent over 40 years in the life of the college as a fatherly figure to all students. Many students who came to know him have fond memories of this outstanding brother and share these at their reunion. A special scholarship fund has been set up to help those students in financial need. The past pupils of this college, also known as the Dominic Old Scholars Association or DOSA Committee, actively encourages the continued involvement of all old scholars in the wider community of Dominic College through communication and engagement. The aims of the Dominic Old Scholars Association are to encourage and assist in maintaining friendships formed whilst at Dominic College, to explore avenues for communication and connection with the college, to uphold strong traditions of community. Don Bosco Technical College in Samoa. Salesians came to this beautiful tropical island of Samoa nearly 40 years ago at the request of the late Cardinal Pio to Father Bigano, then Rector Major. As in Australia, only boys were accepted into this college at first. The college provides religious education, carpentry, mechanics, and welding as primary needs, as most of its students excel in handiwork rather than academic. Apart from being excellent in these handiworks, students of Don Bosco College also excel in traditional singing and dancing, achieving national prizes for a number of consecutive years. From the beginning of 2020, the college began to accept girls as hospitality students. Samoa is a tourist destination, and many students will benefit from this new initiative. Many past pupils have been in contact with the college for various levels. They get together regularly for fundraising events to support the students in need. Recently, they painted the whole school as a gesture of gratitude to the college, as many of them now enjoy good lives after being educated in the charism of St. John Bosco. Some students returned to the college as teachers, while a number joined the Salesians of Don Bosco. A photo of past pupils from the Don Bosco Technical College in Samoa. A highlight of the college history is the current principal, Mr. Mane Sua Falanico. Mane was a past pupil of the college who became a teacher in the 90s. He was then sponsored by the Salesians to be further educated in the Philippines. Upon his return, he continued to work as a dedicated teacher and in various roles. Mane has been the principal of the college for 3 years and has been outstanding in his leadership and charism in the ways of St. John Bosco. He is a model of what a Salesian past pupil is. As a principal, Mane Sua reports, the first fundraising activity collected over $3,000, and this was handed over to us for building a bus shelter in the front gate for the boys. This project is now providing shelter for the students, families, and visitors as they wait for the bus at the main gate. The second project was in 2019. The fundraising generated over $4,000 and the funds used to purchase 8 fans and other electricity supplies for the hall. This event took place in conjunction with the 30th anniversary celebration of Don Bosco Technical Center, Alacua. The support from families and friends of teachers and the old pupils was amazing. They were also invited to join the school's procession at the Independence celebration in the same year, and the turnout was incredible. Unfortunately, the nation was expectedly down with a measles outbreak in the last 3 months of 2019. This was followed by the enforcement of the state of emergency, or SOE, when this was quickly spread throughout the nation. The SOE led to the closure of schools for 6 weeks, and we were all frustrated by the unexpected situation. This continued to the year 2020, and all gatherings were banned. So far, the state of emergency is still on, and some of the restrictions have been lifted one by one, despite the fact our nation is free from COVID-19. As a principal, Mane Sua reports, some of the old pupils were invited to join our industry advisory panel. I am trying to strengthen this connection by acquiring their feedback on areas that need improvement in terms of our programs and resources to align with the current needs of the industry sector. Recently, I was able to speak with the president of the Past Pupils Association. We are planning our next meeting, and this will take place soon if appropriate. We were so blessed with their donation of masks for the students, which were given out 2 weeks ago. We are expecting another successful project funded by the Old Pupils Association before the end of this year. Salesian College, Chadstone. Salesian College, Chadstone is a year 7 to 12 Catholic boys' school with over 1,000 students, each with their own individual story. A Salesian education is a journey that draws its inspiration from the spirituality and educational principles of our founder, St. John Bosco. Since 1957, 64 years ago, a group of dedicated Salesians with a clear vision brought St. John Bosco's pastoral vision to Melbourne's rural Chadstone. Today, building developments and technological advancements communicate the college's commitment to progress, while core pedagogical vision remains just as relevant as it was 64 years ago. Empowering young people to discover their own intrinsic goodness while developing the skills and courage to express it in practical ways is at the core of the Salesian charism. One way this school keeps in contact with their past pupils is by contacting the pupils and seeing what they have accomplished in life. The school has a magazine called The Griffin, and they publish the past pupil story for all to read. The article is called Where Are They Now? For the school, it is about reconnecting with the past students, seeing what career they have chosen, sharing their life story and how their Salesian school experience has helped them in their life. Also, How has being part of the Salesian charism shaped them into the person they are today? The school also inducts past pupils into a group called the Hall of Fame, celebrating their life and their achievements. Here's a photo featuring past student and road safety camera commissioner for Victoria, Stephen Lee. Salesian College, Sunbury. At Salesian College, Sunbury, the school is committed to the teaching practices of St. John Bosco, the founder of Salesians. One of Don Bosco's charism was his interest in the young person as a person, and in his or her complete formation as a human being and Christian. By creating a safe school environment, teachers in the Salesian tradition offer their students the time, opportunity, and guidance to know themselves better, deepen their faith, to understand the purpose for their existence, to help them develop their God-given talents, and to prepare them to take their rightful place within their families, the
適切な
church,
関係を築い
and
ていくための
society.
機会、ガイダンスを考えています。与えています。
That is all. Thank you very much.
ご清聴ありがとうございます。
Bangladesh Past Pupils President's Report. Introduction. We had started the Past Pupils group unofficially around the end of 2019. At the beginning, there were only 4 to 5 of us. We are all ex-Salesians and ex-seminarians. Still today, we are not able to form a strong past pupil group in Bangladesh, but we had planned several times to get together. Unfortunately, we are unable to come together due to this pandemic situation. Current situation of the members. Presently, almost all the members are studying in different universities in Bangladesh. Some of them are working as well as studying. Our contribution to the church. As we had several meetings online, we had made the decision to take Christ and Don Bosco among the youth individually. Currently, we are spreading Don Bosco through our teachings, good behavior, helping in parishes in so many different ways. Some of us are almost completely engaged to help the parish priest. Our activities. As a group, we did not have any kind of activity as such for the youth. We could not provide support as a group in this pandemic, but as an individual, we contributed. Some problems. Number 1, financial. Number 2, not able to get together. Number 3, communication problem. Number 4, no proper group. Our activities. We would like to thank Father and Brother in charge of past pupils for giving us a wonderful opportunity to share our stories with you. We look forward to having strong past pupils community in Bangladesh in the near future. We believe through the intercession of Don Bosco, we will bring back many more neglected youth to Christ and assist them to grow as a perfect being. Thank you. On behalf of the members, Sergio, Juit, and Brom. Association of the Past Pupils of Don Bosco, Vice Province of Indonesia. The present situation. The Association of Don Bosco Past Pupils was established in the Vice Province of Indonesia years before the establishment of the Vice Province. It was during the time of the Vice Province of Indonesia and Timor-Leste. The seminal movement was proposed among the alumni of 2 technical centers, in Tigeraksa, Tangerang, and Wipangali, Sumba. These 2 centers produced many graduates. those who attended short courses in electricity, computers, in an automotive in Tigaraksa, and those who attended informal education out of school youth in Sumba. We recognize them as our Bosconians, the name that we use to indicate our youth in the parish in the youth center. The main activity of this movement was mainly an annual gathering during the feast of St. John Bosco. The mission in Indonesia grew especially in the field of education during the establishment of the Vice Province. There are 4 formal schools that are being administered by the Salesians. Among these 4 schools, only 1 school belongs to the Salesian. The other 3 belong to dioceses. These 3 schools were already established before Salesian took over. These schools have a tradition in organizing their alumni. The present situation. The Vice Province established an office of delegate for alumni just 2 years ago. This is a big help and also a way to facilitate our alumni. However, the pandemic COVID-19 makes any activities to be postponed. Many of our past pupils have to undergo a difficult time with their work and education. Some have to look for part-time jobs in order to survive. Some of them have to wait for job offers that are very difficult. These situations make it difficult to organize them to become an organization. Some informal meetings happened for the purpose of assessing them for the purpose of school evaluation and planning. In the Salesian present in Sumba, BLK Don Bosco and SMK Don Bosco, we try to make a kind of monthly activity. Our alumni who work with the Salesian, teacher and instructors, make some initiatives to invite our alumni for sports, prayer and formation. Even though these activities are not regular but help our alumni to keep in touch. The Association of Past Pupils in Indonesia is still at the level of pioneering, but it has the potential to grow. One thing that is very important is the rector of the community, who is the father and representative of Don Bosco in the local community to help this movement and organization to grow in their local situation. Some plans for the next 4 years. In order to make the movement more organized, we should collaborate with the local community, especially the rector in the community, to promote the Association of Past Pupils in the local area and to form our coordinator that could help in gathering and contacting our alumni. In order to improve the commitment and participation of our alumni, we need to make regular formation and activities at local levels, online or offline. These activities will be organized by the coordinator of the local area together with the delegate of the province. In order to communicate and promote our activities, each local area should make an account of Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and WhatsApp groups that are organized and administered by the local coordinator. In order to form a structured and more organized association, we plan to start to create officers for our association in local union or provincial assembly. With that, they can make a strong structure of organization for doing some planning and projects. Thank you. Asosiasi Alumni Don Bosco.
Don Bosco Past Pupils Samoa. Don Bosco Technical Center Past Pupils Alafua. About 80% are currently employed in both governmental and private organizations. Some of them hold higher positions at their workplaces. The other 20% of them are running their own businesses or self-employed. Others have become church ministers and brothers at their own denominations. So far, the Past Pupils Association have two major fundraisers through their projects in 2018 and 2019. These include a bus shelter for the students in the front gate and fans for the main hall. Unfortunately, the year 2020 until now has been marred with restrictions of the COVID-19, and nothing much has been happening so far. Recently, the old pupils have contributed some masks for our students, and it's a very smart donation suitable for the time being. A photo of the bus shelter for students funded by the Past Pupils 2018. A photo of fans for the main hall funded by the Old Pupils 2019. A photo of Old Pupils Association meeting in 2018. And last, a photo of Old Pupils Association meeting in 2019. Thank you. Mongolia Past Pupils Residence Report. Greetings from the very young Don Bosco Past Pupil in Mongolia. My name is Bayart Sengal. I graduated from Don Bosco Technical School in 2010. After graduation, I have been working in many places with many jobs to support my family. While working in those places, I realized that Don Bosco students are very good in discipline and skills in the industry. I thought of promoting the positive element that past pupils of Don Bosco in Mongolia and make it strong. With many past pupils in Mongolia, we can make the country know how important a contribution that Don Bosco is doing for our country. With that thought, when I heard of the Past Pupil Association in Mongolia, I was so happy and joyed. Here is the history of the Past Pupil Association in Mongolia. The Alumni Association of Don Bosco Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia, was officially organized by Brother Andrew on January 19, 2018. The first members are only 5. Currently, our association has expanded to 12 members. Our purpose: to build a bridge between school and graduates, to provide a support network for each other, helping those among them without work to find jobs, to assist current students in various ways and also promote the school to potential students, to collect all graduate information and keep it in the database, to introduce our school in public and increase the number of enrollments, to help the poor people. In the future, join the Don Bosco Alumni Association and share knowledge and experiences. Our activities. Firstly, the alumni database or archive started. The work is now 80% complete. On 12th of May 2018, as we held the first ever gathering of past pupils, some 320 former students, staff and teachers, some of whom are also graduates of the school, came together, some for the first time in 16 years. During the meeting, we introduced our purpose and also we organized a donation campaign. Current pupils augmented the event with impressive singing and dancing performances, and participants enjoyed some food together. Our activities. We chose one young and poor child, and then we helped them. We organized sports competition in December of 2019, again in November of 2020. We organized Christmas activities in December of 2020. We are very fortunate to study in Don Bosco Industrial Training Skills Center. In the future, we are excited to say that we are going to work together as a family and to work together for our Don Bosco School. Thank you so much. Don Bosco Past Pupils Association Pakistan President's Report. Introduction. The Association of the Past Pupils of Don Bosco is a worldwide organization of the past pupils of the Salesians of St. John Bosco. The movement springs from the interest and affection which binds the past pupils to Don Bosco and to the Salesian family. Through the Past Pupils Association Pakistan, the members wish to maintain and develop the insights and inspiration received at the Don Bosco Technical and Youth Center, Pakistan. Past pupils belong to the Salesian family by reason of that special bond forged by their being educated and nurtured in a Don Bosco institution. Here is a map of Pakistan showing the location of Don Bosco Learning Center as well as the Don Bosco Technical and Youth Center. Aims of the Association. The general aims of the Association are to keep in touch with, unite and animate all former beneficiaries of Don Bosco education so as to help them to preserve, develop, and live the values of Don Bosco's educational system, to spread the spirit of Don Bosco and to involve themselves in Don Bosco's mission to the youth of today, to uphold and promote the value and the rights of the human person and family, and to work towards building up a social and political order based on justice, peace, and harmony. Every unit of the past pupils aims at serving all former pupils, irrespective of whether they are registered or not. Every past pupil tries to keep alive the ties of fraternal friendship initiated by Don Bosco and continued through his Salesians. Know, love, help one another, and keep united. The motto of the Association of Past Pupils of Don Bosco is given to us by our father and founder, Don Bosco. This is the official logo of the Don Bosco Past Pupils Association, Pakistan. Words of the President. My name is Asif Daniel, graduate of Don Bosco Technical and Youth Center, Lahore, Mechanical Batch 2003 to 2005. This year, I am graciously allowed to share some words as Don Bosco Alumni Association Pakistan President to the 12th Asia-Oceania Regional Congress of Don Bosco Past Pupils. I am very thankful to the Don Bosco Technical Center, Lahore, and all the Salesians community of Pakistan, and especially our rector, Reverend Father Noble Lal, SDB, for his kindness and willingness to prosper this Past Pupils Association, because he is the one who took this initiative a couple of years ago. I'm also much obliged to all of my core committee members. Dear Salesian family and past pupils of all over the world, today all over the world celebrates the 150th anniversary from the founding moment of Association of Past Pupils. In 1870, 24th of June, Carlo Gastini and his fellow past pupils of Baldoco came to Don Bosco to congratulate him on his feast day. This was the moment when Don Bosco invited them to stay with him as a part of the Salesian family and called them past pupils. Now we live in a blessed time when when we can see and live after 150 years the dreams of Don Bosco for his past pupils. May this important day and following year of past pupils will enrich the Salesian family and every life of past pupils and friends of Don Bosco. For past pupils and friends of Don Bosco, it is our core mission to live this year's Strena of the Rector Major, moved by hope. It is indeed part of our DNA and identity of what it means to be active and live as a past pupil and friend of Don Bosco. We must be actively focused on sharing this year's Strena and its implications on our actions and lives among past pupils and friends around the world. It is not only an impetus for us past pupils and friends as a group and association, but it gives us a wider identity on our relationship with the Salesian family. Activities successfully conducted by the association. The past pupils of Don Bosco are encouraged to be promoters of good environment and clean nature. All the past pupils are encouraged to plant saplings and contribute to the green cover and to collaborate with others who are interested in eco-concern activities. Started campaign on social media groups about who posters of having safe interactions with others. Online alumni meetings via social media platforms. Get Vaccinated campaign. The Philippine Federation of the Past Pupils of Don Bosco President's Report. President Pipo Soliman, who was a past president of the Don Bosco Tarlac Past Pupils Association. He took office April 30, 2021. The past pupils of Don Bosco started in the Philippines July 10, 1980. It started when it was formally registered with the Philippine government on July 10, 1980. So our traditional activities include our annual national convention, our attendance at Salesian family activities, and the traditional activities for local chapters, such as the Grand Alumni Homecoming, sports fests, basketball, volleyball, badminton, or football. Formation in the form of mass or recollections. Giving back to the alma mater by sponsoring classrooms, libraries, computers, or other donations. And community service projects, including medical mission and others. Now, due to the pandemic, we can no longer have any of our traditional activities because of a ban on mass gatherings. Our National Federation immediately shifted to virtual meetings. Our local chapters adapted to the new normal. New normal. Virtual Grand Alumni Homecoming. The past pupils of Don Bosco Mandaluyong held their Grand Alumni Homecoming online last January 30, 2021. New Normal Ventilator Design Project. The past pupils of Don Bosco Mandaluyong acted on the need for more ventilators in hospitals. As of this month, they are happy to announce that their ventilator project is now a certified medical device. It has undergone some tests and passed those tests with flying colors. The new normal, more community service projects. So, the Don Bosco Tarlac Past Pupils Association had numerous projects providing food and medicine to affected past pupils as well as to the poor people in their community. the new normal, helping affected school employees. So the past pupils of Don Bosco Makati chapter gave groceries to non-teaching personnel for Christmas. The new normal of monetary aid and aid in kind. Sometimes, past pupils give back, and these are not federation or local chapter initiated, but they are past pupils answering the call of their former formators. An example are Don Bosco Makati's request for financial aid for scholars and Don Bosco Makati's community pantry. And more. The Philippines has adapted to the new normal. Don Bosco Mandaluyong recently held a virtual concert, and almost all chapters are having their online mass for past pupils. Thank you very much. That is all.
We are grateful. We are very, very grateful to all the presentations. After 14 different president reports, we are maybe a little bit tired, but now is the time to rest for almost 1 hour. If I understand well, the streaming will go on, playing a music, so you don't need to go out of the room. The second session is starting at that time you have on the screen, which is basically in 50 minutes time from now. So take a rest, and we are happy to go to the roots of the association in the next session, and also conclude with our resolutions, gratitude, and final time of this beautiful Congress. Let's take a rest. See you soon.
Before I end the live streaming in YouTube, Father Basab, I'll continue with the 2 more president's report, and then after this, after this, I will end the streaming, and then we will start again for the formal program in 50 minutes.
Okay, very good.
Okay.
Dear conference, dear friends, on the occasion of the 150th anniversary of the birthday of the past pupils of Don Bosco, I would like to share a beautiful story how the past pupils of Thailand have been involved in the foundation of Salesian Mission in Laos. The Salesian work in Laos was initiated in 2004 by Salesians, particularly by Father Tito Pedron, an Italian missionary in Thailand. However, due to the political situation of Laos, which did not favor the presence of Salesians, the realization of the mission was entrusted to a group of the past pupils of Don Bosco Technical College, Bangkok, led by Mr. Sanya. I would like to say that the mission in Laos started with sacrifices of the past pupils who have a deep love for Don Bosco. Without them, we would not have the present Don Bosco Technical Center that gives skill training to the needy youth of Laos. We have to say thank you to the past pupils. Thank you to their sacrifices.
ครับผมก็เป็นศิษย์เก่าวิทยาลัยเทคโนโลยีดอนบอสโกกรุงเทพสาขาช่างไฟฟ้ากำลังนะครับเรียนจบแล้วก็ได้รับโอกาสเป็นคุณครูและทำงานอยู่ที่นั่นเป็นเวลา12 ปีนะครับตลอดระยะเวลาที่เรียนอยู่เนี่ยและก็ทำงานด้วยเนี่ยก็มีความประทับใจในแนวทางการอบรมตามจิตอารมณ์ของพ่อบอสโกและการทำงานของผู้ใหญ่เป็นอย่างมากก็สำหรับจุดเริ่มต้นนะครับของกิจการงานของเราเนี่ยก็จากการที่ผมได้มีโอกาสดูแลนักเรียนประจำของโรงเรียนซึ่งในจำนวนนั้นเนี่ยมีเยาวชนชาวลาวอยู่ด้วยจำนวน5 คนก็มาเรียนอยู่ด้วยแล้วก็เตรียมที่จะสำเร็จการศึกษาแล้วก็กลับประเทศลาวคุณพ่อติโต้เปตอนก็ได้พูดคุยกับสมาชิกแล้วก็มาคุยกับกระผมนะครับเพื่อที่จะดูว่าสามารถที่จะเป็นตัวแทนของคณะผู้ใหญ่ในการไปเริ่มต้นกิจการที่ประเทศลาวได้ไหมซึ่งผมก็ได้ตอบโอเคยินดีที่จะไปช่วยงานคณะผู้ใหญ่ครับสำหรับที่ลาวเนี่ยเราก็เริ่มต้นกิจการโดยการไปเช่าบ้านอยู่นะหลังจากที่เราถึงเวียงจันทร์แล้วเราก็หาบ้านเช่านะครับแล้วก็เปิดร้านซ่อมเล็กๆนะเราเรียกว่าร้านมิตรสัมพันธ์นะที่ร้านมิตรสัมพันธ์เนี่ยเราก็มีบริการ2 อย่างก็คือช่างไฟฟ้ากับซ่อมรถจักรยานยนต์นะครับก็โดยนักเรียนชุดที่จบจากดอนบอสโกกรุงเทพไปเนี่ยก็เป็นผู้ช่างผู้บริการอยู่ในศูนย์ในบ้านของเรานะครับสำหรับเด็กที่มารับการอบรมเนี่ยก็ในปีแรกเนี่ยเราก็มีเด็กเพียง1 คนเท่านั้นในการอบรมวิชาชีพให้กับเขานะแล้วก็เพิ่มเป็น12 คนในปีที่2เป็น24 คนเป็น48 คนนะครับแล้วก็เป็น90 กว่าคนเป็น100 กว่าคนในระยะต่อมาสำหรับการติดต่อกับทางราชการเนี่ยก็มีความยากลำบากนะในระดับหนึ่งอย่างไรก็ตามเนี่ยจนถึงที่สุดเราก็สามารถที่จะเซ็น MOU กับทางรัฐบาลสปป.ลาวได้และเราก็มีบ้านซึ่งเป็นศูนย์ฝึกวิชาชีพดอนบอสโกเวียงจันทร์ที่เราใช้อยู่ณปัจจุบันนี้คุณพ่อเปตอนเนี่ยก็ได้ติดตามการทำงานของดอนบอสโกที่เวียงจันทร์เนี่ยอย่างใกล้ชิดนะครับทุกสัปดาห์คุณพ่อเปตอนเนี่ยก็จะโทรศัพท์หาผมเนี่ยอย่างน้อย 1-2 ครั้งนะเพื่อถามความเป็นไปปัญหาหรือสิ่งต่างๆที่เกิดขึ้นในศูนย์นะเราก็มีการพูดคุยกันโดยตลอดนะครับและเมื่อเวลาที่ศูนย์ของเรามีปัญหาใดๆก็ตามเนี่ยนะผมก็จะรายงานให้ท่านทราบนะแล้วท่านก็จะปรึกษากับคณะผู้ใหญ่แล้วก็ช่วยแก้ไขตัดสินปัญหาหรือเลือกแนวทางที่จะแก้ปัญหาได้อย่างดีนะครับผมก็ทำงานที่ดอนบอสโกเวียงจันทร์ประเทศลาวนะครับอยู่ตั้งแต่ปี 2004 ถึง 2014 ก็เป็นรวมแล้วเป็นระยะเวลา10 ปีนะครับหลังจากนั้นก็ได้ ส่งมอบงานทั้งหมดให้กับสมาชิกซาเลเซียนนะไปดำเนินงานต่อไปนะครับแล้วก็หลังจากนั้นมาเนี่ยก็ได้คอยช่วยให้คำแนะนำปรึกษาเท่าที่สามารถทำได้อย่างใกล้ชิดเสมอมาจนถึงทุกวันนี้ความทรงจำที่ผมประทับใจเวลาที่ทำงานอยู่ที่ลาวก็คือมีครั้งหนึ่งนะครับมีเด็กที่เราเคยช่วยเหลือแล้วเขาจบการฝึกวิชาชีพแล้วก็ได้กลับบ้านไปแล้วนะครับวันหนึ่งเขาก็ขี่รถมอเตอร์ไซค์กลับมาที่ศูนย์มาหาผมพร้อมกับทุกข้าวสารมา1กระสอบหลังรถผมก็ถามว่าเฮ้ยวิเนียมคุณมายังไงเขาบอกว่าเขาขับรถมอเตอร์ไซค์มาจากแขวงเขาเนี่ยเป็นระยะเวลา10ชั่วโมงเพื่อจะเอาข้าวสาร1กระสอบเนี่ยมาให้น้องๆที่อยู่ในศูนย์ได้ทานกันเหมือนอย่างที่เขาเคยได้รับโอกาสช่วยเหลือจากศูนย์แห่งนี้อันนั้นก็เป็นความประทับใจที่มันก็อยู่ในความทรงจำของผมอย่างหนึ่งแล้วก็ของคุณครูในศูนย์ฝึกวิชาชีพของเราด้วยเช่นกันสิ่งท้าทายและอุปสรรคที่ทำงานที่ดอนบอสโกเวียงจันทร์นะครับก็จะเป็นเรื่องการทำงานการติดต่อการร่วมมือกับทางรัฐบาลลาวในระดับต่างๆนะครับซึ่งมีความยากลำบากมากแต่สุดท้ายแล้วในที่สุดนะครับเราก็สามารถที่จะบรรลุข้อตกลงแล้วก็ร่วมมือนะกับทางรัฐบาลลาวได้เป็นอย่างดีสำหรับความใฝ่ฝันที่ผมอยากเห็นเกี่ยวกับงานของซาเลเซียนที่ประเทศลาวก็คืออยากให้ศูนย์ฝึกวิชาชีพแห่งนี้ได้ดำเนินกิจการเนี่ยต่อไปเรื่อยๆเพื่อที่จะช่วยเหลือเด็กและเยาวชนชาวลาวซึ่งมีจำนวนมากที่ต้องการความช่วยเหลือต่อไปในขณะเดียวกันเนี่ยก็ถ้ามีโอกาสขยายไปยังแขวงอื่นๆได้ก็จะเป็นโอกาสดีและเป็นประโยชน์กับเยาวชนจำนวนมากในประเทศลาวและอีกสิ่งหนึ่งที่ควบคู่กันไปก็คือผมอยากเห็นศิษย์เก่าที่จบการศึกษาจากศูนย์ฝึกวิชาชีพแห่งนี้ออกไปทำงานไปหาเลี้ยงชีพและประสบความสำเร็จในชีวิตได้กลับมาที่ศูนย์ฝึกแห่งนี้เพื่อช่วยน้องๆช่วยรุ่นต่อๆไปตามจิตอารมณ์การแบ่งปันของคุณพ่อบอสโก
President's Report for Laos Past Pupils. Don Bosco Youth Vocational Training Center is a charitable project for underprivileged Lao young men. And it is the only Salesian presence in this country of about 7 million people under a communist regime. Since its beginning, Don Bosco Center has been funded by the Salesian Foundation of Thailand, which entered into partnership with the Revolutionary Lao Youth Union Department for Youth Development in 2008. The adventure of Bosco Lao Past Pupils started in 2004 when 5 Lao Past Pupils who had just completed their vocational training at Don Bosco Technological College in Bangkok returned to Laos and opened a private and small job training shop for some poor young people in the capital. Under the leadership of Father Tito Pedron and Mr. Sanya, a skilled electrician and past pupils of Don Bosco Bangkok, this first group of past pupils grew in number and in training experience. What is special about Don Bosco Center is that all the trainers have always been selected from among the graduate past pupils. These past pupils who loved Don Bosco's educational method and his mission for the poor, accepted to sacrifice themselves, willing to share with other poor young people the education and vocational training they had received. This has always been the practice until the present time. No doubt, this is the main activity that Don Bosco past pupils in Laos are carrying on. The cooperation of these past pupils is essential for the running of Don Bosco Center. But of course, there is also the larger number of more than 1,300 past pupils who have graduated at our center and are scattered in all the provinces of Laos. We are sure that they will always remember Don Bosco Center with gratitude. However, since their training here has been very short, only 6 months or 12 months at most, their sense of belonging to a group or association is weak. Besides, many have to move from one province to the other looking for work. Only occasionally, some of them show up at Don Bosco Center. All these things cause some difficulty when we want to organize gatherings and meetings of past pupils, as it is not easy to contact them, nor is it easy for them to come. For some past pupils, living and working, it is easier. In the period between 2011 to 2014, every year some past pupils organize a friendly dinner together. In 2017, some trainers of Don Bosco Center and some other past pupils organized a meeting, at which about 50 past pupils attended. After a friendly football match, they also had dinner together. In September 2017, we had the animation meeting by Mr. Alberto Pridate from Timor-Leste and Mr. Angel Godina from Europe. They gave some inspiring talks about the mission and organization of the World Federation of Past Pupils to a group of our past pupils who were very happy and also enthusiastic. The two guests visited the activities of two successful past pupils who have set up a car and motorcycle repair shop and a drinking water plant. In February 2018, a group of our trainers organized a month-long motorcycle and welding training course for 20 poor young men in the countryside, about 100 kilometers away. It was a successful activity. In September 2018, some past pupils met with Father Rector to see whether we could start some kind of organization of the past pupils. 1 week after the meeting, 9 participants met to elect the leaders who would be in charge of all activities of the past pupils. It seemed like a good start, but unfortunately, it didn't come up with anything concrete. And this is still the situation until now. During the pandemic, no special activities were carried out by the past pupils. So far, the idea of being active participants in a group or association doesn't seem to attract our past pupils. On the occasion of the 150th anniversary of Don Bosco Past Pupils, we would like to try again. And Taiwan, where we are, what we face, and foresee the future. Here are the solutions of Don Bosco schools in Hong Kong. Here are the solutions of Don Bosco schools in Macau. Here are the solutions of Don Bosco School in Taiwan. The current situation amongst past pupils associations in the CIN. Huge age gap between senior members and junior members in past pupils associations in Hong Kong and Macau. school leavers in Hong Kong and Macau usually join the past pupils associations but stay dormant for years. Most active members age 40 or above. In some past pupils associations, majority of active members are 55 over above. Few mid to late 20s involved in activities of past pupils associations, higher education, career development, family commitment, finding activities not attractive enough, or out of date. Coherence to alma mater is weakening amongst the young generations, age 14 to 13. Past pupils migrated to other countries, lost contact. Worries of change of government policy on school governing bodies, gravity of government control on Catholic schools, potentially removing school sponsoring bodies from schools and turning all government subsidized schools into state-owned schools, weakening of religion affiliations. In Taiwan, there is no well-organized past pupils association at the Salesian Technical School, Tainan in Taiwan. Lost contact with past pupils. Recent political instability causing general social disconnection, general alienation, breakdown of trust, and worries on tightening of freedom. COVID-19 has been a cause of disconnection between students and past pupils, restraining group gathering and government restrictions causing cancellation of most of the planned activities. Solutions. For fear of age gap leads to problem of sustainability as well as old boys' loyalty to alma mater. Past pupils associations organize programs helping, quote and unquote, junior old boys, those attending first 3 years of universities or higher education after graduation, providing career development like internship opportunities, career talks to them. Use of social media, Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, Telegram to communicate and convey news and messages. Recruiting junior old boys to become committee members of past pupils associations and provide with training. Organize events like career talks, tutorial sessions for students in school. Allow these current students to learn about functions and services of past pupils association. Promote student loyalty to alma mater through further interaction between school authorities, past pupils associations, and clergy in schools. Organize sports events that are popular among young adults. The future. Switch focus on past pupils association activities to accommodate more young ones, age 18 to 34. Increase in communication, regular electronic messages, apps. Recruit young past pupils to become committee members. Encourage non-Catholic past pupils to participate in Bible study, RCIA classes, to be upright citizens in short. Retain a good record of past pupils' contact detail, use of model of digital social media, and apps to promote events or sharing school views.
Thank you very much, everyone. So let us now go for our break. For our live stream YouTube audience, we are now going to end the live streaming. We hope you will join us for session 2 with the new links for the second session of our 12th Asia-Oceania Congress. See you all in 30 minutes. Thank you. Japan and